this will be lies. Can you ever get it right? How long will I let this fly? Hit up my girls, pull up, I'm outside, waiting by the curb. Too upset to drive, you getting on my nerves. We gon' get lit on this ride. I look too good to fight. Don't expect me to come home tonight. Don't worry about me, see you in the morning. Bet you never thought that I would leave. Think I had about enough. I mean, hold up, you could call me on my bluff. I ain't coming, don't wait up. You gon' miss this body. Too late, oh I'm sorry. Bet you never thought that I would leave. Had about enough. Hold up, call me on my bluff. I ain't coming, don't wait up. I ain't coming, don't wait up. Trying to get you to wake up. I ain't coming, don't wait up. Can't ignore my intuition, baby. I know you're typing every game you try to play. You know you could get replaced, ayy. Cause I won't track around, no dead weight. Hit up my girls, pull up, I'm outside, waiting by the curb. Too upset to drive, you getting on my nerves. So we gon' get lit on this ride. I look too good tonight, and I just wanna have a good time. Don't worry about me, see you in the morning. Bet you never thought that I would leave. Think I had about enough. I mean, hold up, you could call me on my bluff. I ain't coming, don't wait up. You gon' miss this body. Too late, oh I'm sorry. Bet you never thought that I would leave. Had about enough. Hold up, call me on my bluff. I ain't coming, don't wait up. I ain't coming, don't wait up. Trying to get you to wake up. I ain't coming, don't wait up. Gonna lead a drama, cause I'm too grown. Let you deal with that alone. I'ma get back when I do, don't call my phone and don't leave the lights on for me. Don't worry about me, see you in the morning. Bet you never thought that I would leave. Think I had about enough. I mean, hold up, you could call me on my bluff. I ain't coming to
Oh my God, it's time. Hey mom, here comes that man. Give me a Lima Charlie if you can hear me loud and clear. Let's get it.
I'm here with you, damn it.
And you can slice. You can slice the face, you can slice the chest.
But you know what? It all comes back to one thing.
But it's not for children, no. I'm fucking with grown folks right now.
Come on, man.
Raiders, make sure to remind folks to put Q colon in front of their question so that grabs my attention.
Put a key up front of it.
Brother, this guy stinks!
Goddamn YouTube correctional officers, I hope they pay you well.
Glad everybody stopped by, having a real good time, my guy. Rocky coming through, letting know he shoot goddamn rope for the bug out.
Pause.
Ron, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for being a goddamn member. Hey, man, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for being a goddamn member. Ian, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for being a goddamn member.
You know, they're gonna be like, he was a good man. Yeah!
Make sure you pedal the like button. Put me back in the goddamn algorithm.
Emotional, damn it.
Fun is definitely what we're going to be heavily focused on.
I think that everybody's on Sabinja's balls. They got them both cupped with the hands, like kind of like this. Like, let me cup them for you.
Boy, ain't no way, boy.
Chris, you know you got the goddamn hooked on phonics, sir. Here we go. I'm ambidextrous.
What more do you want from me?
Damn.
I'm not a goddamn mathematician. I don't think Dwayne is here. My resident mathematician. Oh my God, let's get it going, man. Let us get it popping real quick in the mix. Making different things happen. It's always a real good thing. My name is Marine X. I'm back again, man. Come here and ask a goddamn man a question.
Are you not entertained?
Hit the like button.
Are you not entertained?
Hopefully you're having a good week so far. It is goddamn Friday Eve. Can you believe that shit, Boosie?
Come on now, dog.
We almost there, man.
Come on, man.
We almost there, man. We're just so goddamn close, man. Smoke them if you got them.
Smoke something, bitch.
You already know that's what I'm about to do, man. We're going to have to spark this shit up real quick. We're going to start off with a goddamn espresso. You know what I'm saying? Keeping the shit real goddamn bougie real quick. I'm just saying.
Bro, what are you talking about,
Hey, listen, man. Sometimes we will make our way to the goddamn bourbon. But right now, we're going to crawl, walk, run our way there with a... Actually, I'm going to have an Americano, okay? Okay, so, you know, X has a little bit of substance to him, okay? It's not all about, you know what I'm saying? It's not all about just coming through with that sauce. Coming through, he said, just got that new PC. Sir, I am so goddamn jealous. Congratulations. No, really. I'm serious. It's just... Listen, I have a mini PC that I use for my laser engraver and my 3D printer. Very, very, very light gaming. I'm talking about like Final Fantasy VII emulators type shit. I would love to have a souped up gaming PC, but I already don't have enough fucking time to play my PlayStation 5, my Xbox Series X, vinyl record player. I got all these goddamn things that you know what I'm saying, that I can imagine that I'm going to do in the man cave. And a lot of times I end up copping a goddamn squat right here, man, editing it or doing goddamn content for y'all freaking peasants, because you know I'm the goddamn peasant in chief. You know what I'm saying, Boosie?
Come on now, dog.
No, really.
Come on, man.
You know what the damn deal is, man. I guess I'll get this shit going real quick, man, with this goddamn espresso, more specifically an Americano, coming through, making this shit happen, having a good old time. So we'll start off with that shit. Of course, you guys know, of course, we like to do things. We keep things different around here. I'm just saying. And because I run my mouth so much, we'll cover that up. Try not to lose as much heat as we can. We're going to smoke a Monte Cristo. This one specifically, a Monte Cristo, a Platinum series. I've never had that before. Congratulations. Okay. Congratulations. Okay. JR Cigar of the Month. They send me, I think I pay them like $30. And I definitely... They send me 5 cigars a month. Go check them out, jrcigars.com. They're not paying me a goddamn penny. That's how I expand my palate. I also use Provide a Cigar Club. So lots of different ways that I use to actually expand my palate, try different things. Shout out to live stream sponsor Tisfa, your weird ass name, but fantastic ass products when it comes to your cigar type shit. Tisfa coming through, making that shit happen, man. So we'll cut it with a V cut from Tisfa. And, you know what I'm saying, have that with a Jeremy Cyrus ashtray. That's my freaking guy, man. I'm just saying, he has my goddamn heart.
Pause.
I'm just saying, Jeremy Cyrus, get that shit done, man. Put a Q colon in front of your stuff. If you want to actually see your comment, man, put a Q colon in front of your comment or your question. It will gain my attention, okay? So a Q colon will actually gain my attention. I don't want you to think that I'm ignoring your stuff or whatever the case may be. So let's make life a little bit easier. So we'll see who's here in a second. We shall see who is here in a second. But while I get this shit lit, ladies, do me a favor real quick and keep them entertained while I freaking light this shit up real quick. I appreciate that, man. I'm just saying, sometimes I take a goddamn while to light the shit up. Put some goddamn googly eyes in the chat real quick. Put some googly eyes in the chat while I get this shit going. Oh, yeah, that stings the nostrils. That shit is right on points. Put the goddamn BDE in the chat real quick, man. Put some goddamn googly eyes in the chat. Make sure you hit that goddamn like button as well, too, man.
Are you not entertained?
Put me in the algorithm.
Are you not entertained?
Ladies, keep him entertained for a second, man. I need to have a goddamn sip. You're going to be all... X never talks. He just freaking smokes and goddamn drinks goddamn coffee all goddamn. I got a good goddamn head on my shoulders, okay? Let's get it going. Who's here? Anyone present and accounted for? Battalion, stand up, man. I appreciate y'all kicking the goddamn door in. There's a lot of places you could have went, but for some reason, people like Tater Dom came by here. Sir, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for being a goddamn member. We appreciate that, man. Came back here, just freaking hang out, rock out with your goddamn cock out. And all of that good stuff, man. Cheers to everyone, says Tater Dom. I appreciate you, man. EDC explained. Sir, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for being a goddamn member. We appreciate that, man. Oh yeah, this thing is this shit is like, it's potent, nice and smoky. Been feeling real good. Anthony says that I'm blessing him with all sorts of goddamn content, sir. You know I'm making that shit happen, sir. And also, thank you for being a goddamn member. We appreciate that, man. KCR, man, hopefully you're doing good. Hey, man, I got your email. Hopefully we're able to get this stuff resolved. Listen, I am not a big fan of bring it in class. Okay, bring it in. You know, I do a lot of giveaways, guys. I do a lot of giveaways. And like a lot of times I send stuff off and I wonder, sip my goddamn coffee. I wonder, like, are people actually receiving the shit that I'm giving away? I spend my own money to ship this shit out. When I hear that people don't get the stuff organically, I'm like, I want to send them more. But then I normally don't have more of that item, right? Because it was a giveaway of something normally. When I find out or I hear about shit that was given away and people didn't get the shit, it literally tugs at my goddamn heartstrings, man. It makes me want to say stuff like, I'm just saying, it makes me just, I don't know, man. It's a tough thing. Of course, I came here competing with Thursday Night Football. I don't fucking watch football, Boost. You know, I ain't watched that shit.
Come on now, dog.
Listen, I ain't watched the shit.
Come on, man.
I literally have not watched football since 2017. Sometimes I watch my alma mater. Sometimes I went to Campbell University. I'm a goddamn Campbell University camel. Weirdest ass name ever, man. But, you know, we ourselves we're super proud of our heritage and all of that good stuff. Don't make fun of us, man. Stop bullying us, okay? Stop goddamn bullying us. I went to Campbell University for my undergrad. I will sometimes watch them play. This is a Christian college in Bowie's Creek, North Carolina. Which the crazy thing is, you know, the crazy thing is North Carolina has 100 counties. Why did I choose the only goddamn school in the only county that is completely dry? Like what?
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
And I got my undergrad while I was a active duty Marine. So of course, while I'm on base, you know, I'm over 21. I could drink at home. But when I went to school and I would hang out there and I would hang out with my college friends, we would have to go to other counties to fucking drink. And I'm like, man, this shit is fucking weird. Of course, you know, I went to a Christian university. They have heavy influence to keep that one county dry in North Carolina. But shout out to my school, man. Shout out to my goddamn school, man. Clap that shit up, okay? Let me know what y'all carried today. Let me know what school you went to. Either one, man. I'm curious. Y'all got some freaking dorky ass logos like the Campbell University Camels and all of that good stuff. Who else is in the building? Justin is here as well. Says, I got my Para 3 back from Spyderco today. Fixed a broken tip for $5 and took less than 2 weeks. Always first repair. Wait. So you had an awesome first repair experience with them, sir. I wish I could say the same thing. I got my freaking PM right here. Right. So I got my freaking Para 3 here. I got the lightweight edition. I need to change these scales out. I did do a little bit of customization on the scales to kind of make me feel a little bit better about them. There's nothing wrong with my PM3. My PM2 is the one with the fucked up tip. However, I don't remember who told me last live stream to check out this metal polish. That stuff it gets delivered tomorrow. It's getting delivered tomorrow. I'm going to try to freaking work on my paramilitary 2 myself. My Para 3 looks great. Other than the fact it has these lightweight scales on them, you know, that's the only thing that kind of just like, you know, makes me wish I have other things. What was in the pocket today, man? I might as well tell you what was in the goddamn pocket. Not taken away from my own content. Go check out the full video. I didn't do a review on this shit because it's only been in my pocket for goddamn 2 days, Bootsy, okay?
Bro, come on
3 days.
dog.
3 days.
Come on, man.
But what is there to review? I own 3 Civivi Elementums. They're all D2. I own one in Drop Point. I own one in Tanto. I have different blade shapes and like, this is my #1 recommended knife to knife newbie. The 2 knives I recommend to folks. I recommend the Civivi Elementum, whether it's the push button or the straight up flipper with the liner lock, whichever one you want. This is the one with copper scales. It's fucking fantastic. Gets grandpa excited. Gets your boy goddamn nice and goddamn bricked up, man.
What?
Okay, I'm just saying, listen, it gets grandpa excited.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
This shit is fucking fire. But Civivi decided to send me a care package. They sent several knives. I've only showed one. You know, I'm not a walking advertisement for Civivi. Civivi, I love our relationship. We Knives, I love our relationship. Keep sending me goddamn free shit. Okay, I'm just saying, okay, but let me speak my mind for a second, okay? I'm not an extension advertisement for these companies. So most of the time, these companies send me shit. I never do videos. For instance, Ray Light Votesteed sent me this thing. Content creators did videos on them. I've never given them a video. I've featured it in live streams, never done a video on it, right? Where other companies send me stuff, I do videos and they don't like it. Axwell, they sent me 4 wallets when they launched October of last year. I did a video on them. I pretty much shit all over them and they were okay with that. They took what I had to say about it, and I still carry their wallets every now and again. I still have my gripes, moans, and complaints about it. But, you know, they're beautiful aluminum type of shit, right? So the Civivi Elementum in the Autumn, this is nothing to write home to mom about, guys. I still feel the same way about Autumn. I think it's a fad. I think it's going to go away. I think 3 years from now, when you pull out a Civivi Elementum Autumn, the people are going to be like, what's that? People are always going to know what G10 and micarta and titanium and aluminium. They're going to always know what that shit is. But when you pull this out, you're going to be like, oh, that's that Autumn shit, right? From a couple years ago. Yeah, I remember that. But hey, I will say it's fucking lightweight. It's not as light as a Benchmade bug out. Don't get it twisted, okay? The bug out still feels toyishly light. The bug out still feels Toy Story 3 light mode. So, you know, they're trying their best, but it just won't be there, mostly because of the damn steel that's inside. The heaviest part of this, hands down, is the actual blade. This shit is fucking heavy. It is heavy. If I could pull it apart and just weigh the blade, you could absolutely tell that this is top heavy. If you're okay with that, you know, the balance of this is weird. Compared to its copper brethren that I have on the table, the balance of this is definitely weird, but it's honestly, Civivi dropping the Mini Praxis, the Elementum, and brushed, and a see-through Autumn, and also like a brushed version of the same thing. They are one of the only companies that are currently putting out affordable Autumn knives. A lot of other folks are doing it. Like tons of other people are doing it. Microtech, Kaiser, a lot of them. But their prices are kind of out of this world. I mean, you can pick up this knife right now for $71. If you want to get it in this more glossy, illuminated, see-through looking one, it's $72. If you get it on Blade HQ, I think it's even cheaper for pre-order. Link is in the description. You want to pick that shit up, man. It's always, you use that shit, you know I get a goddamn kickback diaper money. Put a Q collar in front of your stuff, man. If you want me to see your shit, mods, remind folks to put a Q collar in front of their stuff. So I will see it, because eventually, as I go through your questions and comments, I'm going to center that down. I don't want you to think I'm fucking shitting on you, okay? I don't want to have to bounce you up out of here because you're fucking complaining about that shit. I'm just saying, I just don't want you to get too goddamn excited. Listen, only 2 reasons you get bounced up out of here. You say something racist, you say something about my kids, I'm going to have to go ahead and send you to that goddamn upper room.
What? That upper room, nigga?
I'm just saying.
Upper room.
Okay?
With Jesus.
Ask me anything else that you want. You want to talk about me directly, my looks. However, I don't give a fuck. You can stay right here. Just don't do those 2 things I ask you. Because it will be a goddamn tough day, man. So let's just keep the shit going real quick. Who else is here, man? So he had a great experience with Actual spider code. Craziness. Because my first experience with him wasn't so the geekiest God. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for being a goddamn member. We appreciate that, man. So it's just a real chill day, man. Let me see if the wife. Let me see if Mrs. X. Got it. Okay. Make sure y'all miss nothing, man. You know I got a whole lot of fucking kids around this shit, Boosie, okay?
Come on now, dog.
I'm in dad mode right now.
Come on, man.
Off to the right, I got a monitor up watching one set of kids. I got another monitor over here watching another set of kids. I got a lot of fucking kids. Congratulations, man. Blackjack 246 is here as well, man. Thank you for stopping by. David Hurst, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for being a goddamn member. We appreciate that, man. Nice guy, B1. Thank you for stopping by. Thanks for being a goddamn member. He says this intro is tight, sir. I put a lot of work into it. I got to massage it. That shit's about 6 months old. It's time to massage that shit. I got a lot more content. You know, got to get that shit a little massage. You know what I'm saying? Just a little 2-finger massage real quick. Just a little, it's 2 in the pink real quick, okay? Make that shit happen real quick, man. So today was a mostly chill type of day. The other thing that was in the pocket was the Woobin X3. I just did a video on this. I normally don't do flashlight review videos. I've done 2 in the last week and a half because one flashlight had me immediately disappointed. And I know a lot of people were waiting for a smaller version of the Streamlight Wedge XT. Streamlight was so gracious to send me send the flashlight to me early. People were asking me about the Streamlight Wedge while I was under embargo. So some people were like, "Hey X, have you seen about the Streamlight Wedge?" And I was like, "Oh, the Streamlight Wedge XT. What's that? Whatever could that be?"
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Then I dropped a video about the shit. You know what I'm saying? The relationship's not burned, but we already know what the goddamn deal is. Also, so Woobin sent this out to me. No promise of a video, no promise of content. I got it in my hand, and immediately I knew what I was gonna like about it. Now, I don't like the fact that, look at this shit. I've already started scratching the case up. Since I've done the video, I've been trying to carry this shit, right? Already scratched the goddamn case up. So that's something to be cautious of if you do decide to pick this thing up. I'm not gonna go over this entire thing because I've already done a video on this thing. Go check the shit out. But this is what's been getting carried today. I'm not gonna lie to you. This thing has been keeping Grandpa excited. You hear me? The 1 lumen mode, the freaking telescoping shit on it. I'm not gonna dive in. I'm not gonna dive into it. Go watch the goddamn video after this shit is over if you want to know more about this goddamn panty dropper of a flashlight, because it is that fucking bomb. Okay? Also, man, I got 10. Listen, I only have 10 more of these left. Of course, shameless self-promotion. The EDC tray by Marine X. I still have some of these available. This is where I house a lot of my crap. Made of a solid piece of walnut. I even made a little cutout here. You know what I'm saying? A thoughtful me, a little cutout here. I make these trays, guys. I do woodworking here in the man cave. I don't make video content about it because who would fucking care about that shit? But yes, I make these trays. So you can still pick these up, man. I have 10 left. Folks have been snatching them up, but you are more than welcome if you really want to check these things out. We can ship these things out to you, the ones that are at least ready to rock and roll and all of that good stuff. Link is in the description. So it's a fantastic, you know what I'm saying? I know there's different content that I wanted to check out and stuff like that. Let me pull up here. I really want to know, what did y'all carry today? Because I'm just trying to freaking see if I can crib some of y'all's goddamn things that y'all were fucking carrying, Boosie, okay?
Come on now, dog.
I'm just saying.
Come on, man.
I mean, just let me just give me the goddamn juice. It's because of some of y'all peasants that I pick up new shit, because I am the new goddamn peasant in chief. My newest pickup has to be this budget ass Kaiser. This is called specifically the Justice 2. Now, here's the thing about this fixed blade, okay? This thing here, this is gonna go into a budget get home bag build that I'm making for a buddy. So a buddy of mine really wants a get home bag. He wants me to put it together for him. He's just gonna pay for the entire build. So I'm gonna put it together for him. He's gonna pay for the whole build. His entire budget is $150. I thought I would never be able to do a get home bag. He wanted a knife with full tang, a durable bag, emergency equipment, emergency blankets, food, water, compass, maps. I was like $150. I said, do you know my fucking get home bag costs fucking $500 goddamn dollars, sir? I'm
Hey,
just,
bro, come on.
ain't
now,
no
dawg.
goddamn way.
Come on, man.
Well, guess what? When you put your goddamn mind to it, you find a way. This thing feels better than my loadout. This thing feels so fucking good. I love the micarta scales on it. I am kind of jealous about this thing because it is something that is deeply, of course, you're going to use this thing if you have to take down a 2-inch tree or some shit like that. I understand. The Kaiser Justice 2 is just something that seems to be really bang for the buck type shit. $59 goddamn dollars, sir. Congratulations. Congratulations. I mean, like, so for me personally, my bag has a $200 knife in it by Hogue, you know, for the goddamn tactical bros. Mine's a much bigger blade, shit like that, right? But I really wanted to get him some items that A, from companies that we know of, and B, from stuff where he can actually warranty this stuff out. If he has an issue with this, Kaiser warranties the blade. They don't warranty the buyer. He's not the buyer. So when I give this to him and he were to fuck this up, which I don't know how you would fuck up a full tang goddamn knife. I don't know how you would do that shit. Maybe the scales or something like that. I don't know. It's made a D2. Now I will say this is a shitty ass sheath. What goddamn Kydex sheath fucking works like that? Goddamn wiggling and shit. Look at this shit. That's not how that shit's supposed to fucking work.
What?
Come on, man.
Bro, what are you talking
Boy,
about?
ain't
man?
ain't no way, man. Ain't no goddamn way. That's not how that shit's supposed to work. Let me tell you something. Essie, of course, they got their goddamn ducks in a row. Is there any fucking play in this? No. That's how the shit's supposed to goddamn work. The Essie number 4, of course, you know, coming through making that shit happen. So the only thing I'm not a fan of is the sheath. The sheath is fucking shitty, okay? I don't know what Kaiser was doing with the goddamn sheath. I just read some reviews on Amazon. That's everyone's complaint on Amazon. Everyone's complaint. Everyone complained. Fantastic knife. The sheath is shitty. So I don't know, you know what I'm saying? I already don't like Kydex sheaths. And they got this thing designed for you to carry it horizontal, right? So you can carry this thing horizontally on a belt, or you can even carry this thing, however, you can carry tip down. So, and it has a little glass breaker on the very end of this thing. So the way this sheath should be designed is that it should hold it so steadily so that as I grip this, I can turn it and I could actually use the glass breaker. Who wants to use a glass breaker with the goddamn knife exposed? You could possibly hurt yourself. So I just, you know, caution you if you decide to pick this shit up, man. I would caution you is that the sheath is a little shitty. I'm probably going to recommend to him, because I'm not going to fucking buy a new goddamn sheath. I will recommend to him to fucking pick up a different sheath. I'll drop the link in the goddamn description just in case you want to look at that shit. But that's going to be a part of the actual, but one of you guys suggested this to me. And pick this thing up, you know, 100%. Earl, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for being a goddamn member. So I'm just saying. Ian, thanks for stopping by too, man. Appreciate you. Everybody making this shit happen. Mike and Ike's EDC, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for being a goddamn member. We appreciate that, man. Q colon in front of your stuff will gain my attention. A Q colon in front of your shit will gain my attention. Is this shit still lit? I've been running my mouth for like 8 minutes and the shit is still fucking lit. Congratulations. Monte Cristo, we should have known. Goddamn Platinum Series. We should have fucking known. I mean, goddamn it. It's a little craziness. Now, I don't know if Civivi was trolling me. Civivi, you know I got love for y'all, right? I don't know if they were trolling me. I don't know if they were doing this shit on purpose. Like, I'm a little confused. I'm a little confused because when I got my package from Civivi a few days ago, this is what the shit said. To Taylor, new Civivi release date is October 5th, 2023. I was like, my name's not fucking Taylor. I got a buddy named Taylor. Let me go ahead and send him, let him know that maybe I got his package. I don't want him to be goddamn concerned. So I did let him know just in case. Okay. So I didn't know if it was CVV. I love y'all, man. Y'all got a good goddamn sense of humor. I'm gonna reach out to my goddamn rep because I'm unsure. I was concerned, man. Making that shit happen as well, man. Q code in front of your shit will gain my attention or send a goddamn don't know. Two easiest ways to gain my attention. You ain't got to send a goddamn penny. You could just put a Q code in front of the shit. I will eventually get to it. You hear me? Now, I know there's some goddamn shit I want to watch. I know there's some shit I'm going to actually watch as well. What content y'all been out here, man? What content have y'all been freaking watching here recently? We're going to get to y'all's questions here in a second. Ian says VV stirring the pot. And man, I'm just saying sometimes it be like that. Oh, okay. High consumption coming through with this goddamn 15 must-have EDC travel essentials. High consumption. Sometimes they grab me by the goddamn balls. Pause. And then they just have me spending goddamn money. You hear me? This is why I have to watch. I did a whole video about unsubscribing from creators that are costing you mental or money. I had to create an entire second channel, not for content, yes, but also to watch EDC shit. I'm on my second channel. This is not the main guy. This is not the main shit. Had to create a whole second one because otherwise it would be a whole goddamn issue, man. I will be always creeping, watching some goddamn shit. We can't have that going on. We can't have that shit going on. Make sure you hit that goddamn like button, man, okay?
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
Make sure you slap that shit. So we're probably gonna, let's add this to the queue. Let me see, how long is this shit? 24 minutes, high consumption. I don't know about that, man. Y'all trying to have me, I'm gonna have y'all here for fucking goddamn 2 goddamn hours. I can't
bro,
be.
Come on now, dog.
You want me to watch a 24-minute video?
Man.
Like, what the hell y'all thinking, man? Coming through, making that shit happen. Battalion Stallion, stand up, ma'am. The fattest ass on YouTube. Would y'all not agree? Look at her. Coming through with a 9-month re-up, sir. You got a good head on your goddamn shoulders, man. Geekiest guy says, he cannot believe that he just rolled up on the 9 months. I just saw I hit 9 months. Good to be here, sir. I'm glad to have you here as well. All that good shit. Franco says, hey, I love the tier list. Hope you get to try the Protect soon. I got a Protect Magic Whiskers, the small one, and it's pretty dope. I hope I get to try one as well. I haven't even put my, actually, let me stop. I touched some Protects, okay? I did reach out and touch some goddamn Protects, okay? When I went to Blade, Texas, of course, I stopped by their booth. And the guy was just so ready to fucking let me put my phalanges all over him. But that doesn't mean I have a experience with them. At least with Chris Reeve, I was able to borrow one for a week. I didn't do any content about it because it felt weird. Listen, other content creators, if you do content on borrowed gear, there is no shade to you. So what I'm about to say, I'm not being shady directly to you, okay? I've had lots of companies offer to send me gear and I wasn't allowed to use it. They told me, hey, we can send you this knife, but you're not allowed to cut anything with it. It's a loaner. I was like, what? I can't fucking
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
So if you see creators, they have a lot of new gear and they can't give you a review based on their experience, as in it cuts through cardboard good, it cuts through tape good. I was able to get through zip ties. I was able to clean out my vacuum cleaner. I got some shit off the bottom of my the trash can. I scraped gum off the table. If they can't give you that type of content, and then you never see the knife again, it may be borrowed borrowed gear. I couldn't get down with that shit. So I've had the opportunity to get borrowed shit sent to me, and I just never took it because it felt weird. You know, when I got that Chris Reeve, I was able to get my hands on and to form an opinion about it. I'm not gonna lie to you, Ian. When I had to give that Zon back, it fucking made me feel fucking weird inside. It just made me feel empty. It was all broken in and shit. And I had to give it back, and I felt like I didn't know what to do with myself. Let me see if I can. Like, I really felt like I didn't know what to do with myself. Shout out to the Blade Bar, man. They are the ones that sent it was one of the, I don't know if he was an owner or a manager, but the Blade Bar out in Grapevine, Texas, they sent me, or I didn't even send it to me. I fucking drove over there, okay? I live in the same fucking city. They drove over and let me check one out. And they have a very nice online selection if you want to pick up some shit as well. Let's see what they got multi-tool wise. They're not sponsoring this shit. I'm kind of curious. A Savivi key bit Torx. Hold on, like this is some shit. This is some different shit here. This is some different multi-tools here. The Boker. This is weird when I click on the multi-tool sections, and the very first 3 selections are shit that are normally not considered to be in the goddamn multi-tool shit, okay? V-Knives crap. That's a VV key bit driver. Gerber dime, 20 bucks. These prices aren't bad either. Let me see what they're looking like for their knives now. I might need to go to Blade Bar just for the sake of so their newest items, they got some fucking prices on them, don't they? Goddamn. Let's see what they have that is featured or best-selling. Let's see what their best-selling items are here. The Gerber Paraframe, that fucking $10 knife. Everybody and their mom cream. I don't know why so many people cream themselves over that goddamn knife, man. It's like a lot of people really like that shit. You got the Benchmade Infidel. Okay, they got a Protect. It's available to ship out. They got a Kershaw Butterfly. Spartan Blades. We were just talking about them. The Claymore. Nice little selection. Nice little selection. Battalion Stallion, stand up, ma'am. Goddamn fattest ass on YouTube. Mike and Ike's EDC got a good goddamn head on his shoulder, celebrated 8 months. Thanks for the content. Let's go. Keep up the good work. Been rewatching your old stuff. Working, excuse me, on a blackout bag currently. Yeah. I just got done refreshing the blackout bag. You know, a couple of podcasts ago, I talked about EDC maintenance, must-do maintenance. One of the must-do maintenance items was the maintenance of your blackout bags, your 72-hour bags, your electricity goes out bags, right? I just happened to call mine a blackout bag. I didn't come up with the fucking name. But the point is to, you know, massage your fucking gear, man. Massage your gear. Take your shit out. Check it out. Oh, man. So we got you said post a new link. You talk about for EDM. He has his video for the I thought I just saw the thumbnail. He has the bag for the breast cancer awareness. Yeah, we could check that out. That's a nice neat 11-minute, you know what I'm saying? 11-minute banger. I thought about doing a breast cancer awareness build out, but me personally, I wouldn't feel comfortable doing that build out unless 2 things happen. Unless I did that entire video for a fundraiser. So on YouTube, if you're a YouTube creator, you can fundraise. Any money you make from that, from ad revenue, you can give to a certain organization. When I did that, I couldn't find any organization for breast. I saw some cancer stuff, but nothing for breast cancer. Or if I was explicitly donating money to a organization, or if someone donated some items for that video, and I wasn't able to make that happen. So let's see if EDM, maybe he was able to make that shit happen, because I couldn't make that shit happen. Okay. What else we got here? The best 8 iPhone 15 accessory. Did anybody else get a goddamn? Did anybody buy a goddamn iPhone 15? Did anybody else freaking decide to partake on that shit? Max Level EDC says that the Leatherman Mutt and the Micro are back and they are fucking raising prices. Is Leatherman catching a case of the goddamn Benchmade? What? I mean, Benchmade is putting their dick on the table just because they feel like they can. I mean, Leatherman, I get it. Your number one competition is fucking Gerber and Sog, and they make some nice shit. But when people think of multi-tools, they think of goddamn Saks and Leathermans. That's what. If I go to a Joe Smo in the street, if I go to my goddamn 87-year-old neighbor, if I go to her right now, and I say, what multi-tool do you think of? She's gonna say, oh well, you know, well, Swiss Army knives are multi-tools, aren't they? Or a Leatherman. No, those are some of my favorites. I guarantee it. So, you know, it's definitely something interesting. Super interesting. Oh man, oh man. So anyways, let me see what questions we have before I jump into a video and y'all think I'm fucking shitting on you. Put a goddamn Q code in front of your shit so you won't think I'm shitting on you. Put a goddamn Q code in front of your shit so you don't think I'm fucking shitting on you. Make sure you do that shit so we can actually get to your goddamn question or your comment. Let me know what you carry today. Let me see if anybody's goddamn trolling. No one's fucking trolling, man. Let me see. Any goddamn Q semicolons? Congratulations, man. Congratulations. So, all right, let's see. Franco, you got to put a Q colon in front of that stuff because that seems like an interesting question. I just saw it on my iPad right here. Assistant knives of the redhead stepchild. Yeah, put a Q colon. I wouldn't mind addressing that. Let's see. You ever get the Numbit chest rig? No, I did not. We looked at that extensively, did we not? I can't remember the gentleman's name, but he donated. I think he donated a $10 dono. We missed it at the very end of a live stream. The next live stream, we checked that shit out. Was that the bag we looked at? Did you see that Woobin 3X you did on the video has a crazy $20 goddamn coupon right now, Brandon, sir? Look at that. So listen. The Woobin X3, the flashlight that I'm carrying today, if you buy it from their website and you use code MarineX20, you'll get 20% off the entire website. But it seems to be right now that the Woobin X3 has a $20. Yeah, they got a 20% coupon right fucking now. Man, that is just fantastic. Where's the one with the goddamn case though? Hold on. You gotta get the case, okay? You're missing this experience if you don't get the fucking case. Are they out of the ones with the case? Maybe they are. Sometimes when us content folks do videos about shit, the shit just fucking their website. You can get the case on their website. Link is in the description, man. Link is in the description of that specific video. Man, interesting. 20% off. So you get that thing $16 off right now. What's goddamn 81 minus 16? I'm not doing goddamn math live in front of y'all goddamn peasants. Absolutely not. No, I'm not. What's 81 minus 16?
Come on, man.
That's what you're getting. 81 minus 20%. It's about $16. Okay. So we got oh my God. How did the Moonlight mode on the Seeker 4 Mini work out for you? Does the Seeker 4 Mini have a Moonlight mode? The Olight Seeker 4 Mini. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. I know that the Baton 3 has a Moonlight mode of a half a lumen God tier. It's better than this goddamn Woobin on the table. I know this goddamn Raylight Voltseed Rook that I have on this table has a 1 lumen mode. But once 1 lumen, 2 lumen, half a lumen, they're all basically the fucking same. My goal with the low lumen mode is to be able to walk into the goddamn bedroom. You know, if I smoked a stick, brushed my goddamn teeth, washed my face, washed my beard so I don't smell like a goddamn cigar. 65. Okay. You saved me from goddamn doing math on stream. I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all got some good goddamn heads on your shoulders, okay? So, but my low lumen mode is so that I can walk from the man cave to the room and hopefully catch Mrs. X slipping,
Hey, bro,
man.
come on now,
no,
dog.
really.
Come on, man.
Have y'all seen Mrs. X? Do we need to do a goddamn field trip? Okay. It's one of my favorite goddamn parts of the damn show. Because there ain't no fucking way, bruh. There ain't no goddamn way. Let me tell you something. If I can just successfully execute moonlight mode, make it to the goddamn bedroom, there's a possibility that I get to go goddamn 20 toes. You hear me? Little spoon. But if I come in there rumbling and stumbling and bumbling, waking people up uncharismatically, ain't no fucking way. You hear me? There's no way. So I got to be strategic about this shit. So selfishly, low lumen mode serves one fucking purpose. It serves no productivity in these purposes at all. Whatsoever. Q call in front of your shit will gain my attention, man. So yeah, I need low lumen mode. Yeah, I like high lumens and being able to throw the shit and all that type of stuff. That shit is fantastic. It's nice, okay? It's a nicety. It's a nice to have. But not a requirement. Not a goddamn requirement. Let me see, man, because there's some of y'all that, you know what I'm saying, if you don't watch the podcast on Mondays, you don't know who the fuck a Danny Lene is. You have no clue why I need the goddamn low lumen mode. Why it's a goddamn requirement. Trying to find a picture that won't get the whole goddamn channel shut down and be like, what happened to Marine X channel? He put a picture up of his fucking wife and shut the whole shit down, okay? My bad. He had a good run. He made it to over 52,000 subscribers and nuked his fucking channel. Okay. So we go here, man. But it's a craziness. Craziness. So that's a minimum requirement for me. I need to be able to have that to enjoy myself, to make stuff happen and all that type of stuff as well. And so we got that going on, man. I'm just saying, put some goddamn googly eyes in the chat for Mrs. X, man. Goddamn googly eyes in the chat for goddamn Mrs. X, man. Put some goddamn googly eyes in the chat, man. Because it be like that. It be like that. So that's why I need that shit. Selfish requirement. BDE in the chat. Googly eyes in the chat. It be like that. Put a goddamn attaboy in the chat. Where's my goddamn water? Is it time to hydrate yet? Is it time to goddamn hydrate yet? Let's get the shit going real quick. All right, so we got let me get to these questions, man, because I know y'all got some questions and comments. And before I jump into a video and don't say anything to chat for such and such amount of minutes, we might as well. He says, what's your view on the Savada Jakara M Black? The fact that I can't pronounce the shit lets you know I don't even know what the fuck it is, okay? Let's look it up. Field trip. It's a backpack, huh? Listen, when it comes to backpacks, I'm kind of like a man that once I find what works for me, I don't really deviate too far from it. So right now, the Vertex Long Walk series are my rucking bags of choice. They're fucking rucking. Dad joke, okay? They're my rucking bags of choice. So at first glance of this bag, the very first thing I would say is that this gives me a very, very, very a reminder of the Marine Corps. This is a 30-liter bag. If you're going to be going camping, hiking, or you can use this as a family bug out bag. That's my initial impressions, but this looks really big. 30 liters is not that big for this type of bag. It's not. It's not that fucking big. I would imagine that a bag that looks like this, especially for about $250, was this 229 euros? I think that's what, 250 bucks? Somebody can let me know in chat. The Vertex Gamut is a 30-liter bag, I think. No, the Vertex Base Camp is a 30-liter bag. And I think it might have a, so this is about 229 euros. I think what, 250-ish bucks. We can go to the Vertex Base Camp, which right now is a decent bag, which I think is also 30 liters. And I think it's probably around the same price. And so 279, more color options, more functionality. It doesn't look so hikey. Excuse me. And this bag stands up on its own because of the bottom of the bag. It stands up on its own. So did that other bag stand up on its own? I don't know. But this is an American company. You can shop locally. I don't know if the bags are made in America, but I know their customer service is in fucking America. And it's super comfortable. A little bit too big for me to ruck because when I ruck, my goal is for streamlined, and I don't have tons of stuff in my rucking bag. It's normally just a plate, like a weighted plate and stuff like that. But Blackjack, obviously it seems interesting to you. So what I would say is if it seems like it's going to bring you joy and you think you're going to use it, fucking pull the trigger, my guy. Pull the trigger. Just go ahead, do the shit. Take that goddamn weapon off safe and pull the goddamn trigger. You hear me? Nice guy says recommendation on a sliding bed divider that fits a 2016 Chevy Silverado 1500. Been searching high and low. Thought you may be able to have an idea since you got a similar whip. Yeah, we do have the similar years, right? So from 2014 to 2018, I think the Silverados and the Sierras are basically the same kind of build out, same loadout-ish. Now, you want a sliding bed divider. I thought about getting a sliding bed divider. They have an entire system, which is like a big-ass tray that pulls out of your truck. And the reason I didn't get a bed divider is mainly because I wanted the ability to quickly move stuff around. So I decided to go with the Vertex system. I went with the Built Right Industry system. So the Built Right Industry systems allows for me to have different versatility in the back of my truck, along with my Diamondback cover, that I can put stuff back there, hang stuff to the molly in the bed of my truck and make stuff happen. So, you know, I don't know if I can't really give you a recommendation on a sliding system because I will really just be going off of YouTube University, things I saw in the past, but not a direct experience. Not direct experience. And I would hate to have to steer you wrong for some shit that I think might work. You know, I don't want to steer you wrong with some shit that I perceive to maybe work. But my loadout, the system overall kind of just gets the job done for me. So let's see. Yeah, I can't recommend the actual Diamondback, the Built Right Industries enough. Like, I love it. I like it a lot. Full disclosure, Built Right has sent me stuff in the past. They gave me a heavy discount on the Molly system, but I ultimately did buy it. But they gave me a pretty heavy discount because I agreed to do an installation video for them. So I did an installation video on how to install that for them. So yeah. What else we got over here? Meet with Nas. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for being a goddamn member. We appreciate that, man. This stick is getting a lovely bit of ash on it. Listen, if you guys smoke cigars, you're not supposed to ash your cigar. Meaning, as you smoke a stick, you let the ash build up, you get a lot of flavor from these sticks, right? You get a lot of flavor from the ash itself. So while you're smoking a cigar, you let it ash itself. So that's why a lot of times you guys might see me on these live streams and there's fucking ash on my goddamn table, because it ashed itself as I was going to put it back into the holder or whatever the case may be. But just let it build up. This thing is building up tons of ash, tons of smoke. It's a fucking banger of a smoker. A banger of a smoker. Oh, let me change this goddamn channel, the live stream sponsor from the last live stream. LPG was in here sponsoring live streams. Person with the biggest donut becomes live stream sponsor. Last time he was a live stream sponsor. So we also have, oh yeah, good reminder, sir. Thank you for reminding folks to do that shit as well. Thanks for reminding folks to do that shit as well. I don't know where my water is. I might have to go get some water. That might be a requirement. Ladies, do me a favor. Keep folks entertained while I go get some goddamn water. I appreciate that shit, man. Let me get some goddamn water. Make sure you hydrate, man. In the words of goddamn EDM, make sure you goddamn hydrate real quick, man, to make that shit happen. Hit that like button too, man.
Are you not entertained?
Ladies, get off that pole. Get off that fucking pole before you hurt yourself. We may need you later. Stand by. Go watch them titties. So, Brandon says, my carry is the Griptilian with custom scales. What scales do you have on there? Like super custom, or did you just buy some carbon fiber? You threw some titanium on there. Is it a full-size Griptilian, mini Griptilian? He also has the Oli 5R, i5R, the Seeker Mini 4, the Leatherman Bond, a Rogan Mutt pry bar in my shipwreck patinate Zippo, all in a black Pax U pouch. I know everything except for the pouch. Field trip. I gotta look that shit up. So black Pax. It almost sounds like some shit that goddamn Spike Lee with the black pack.
Hey,
Spike
bro,
Lee would
come
make
on
that
now,
goddamn
dog.
name. Would he?
Come on, man.
Yeah, so I just came out with the black pack pouch. What, sir? The black pack? Does everything have to be called black something, Spike Lee? Yeah, of course. So looks like we're rocking with $64. It's not bad. Of course, you know, you always gain my attention when you got someone with some freaking flowing goddamn locks up there. Okay, I see her. You know what I'm saying? Her hair is all feathered and shit. Man, okay, this was a bold picture. That was a bold photo. Yeah, the broad is cute. Makes it, you know what I'm saying? Makes me kind of want to run out and spend that $64. So this looks very streamlined. This just looks like a very accessible. This looks very New York Times ball drop type bag. You can keep the shit real close to you. The flap is closed. The flap is closed. So it's harder to pickpocket your shit. It would be super hard if it was a zipper. But this gives me some shit. This makes me, this looks like some shit I would give myself or Mrs. X and say, hey, babe, we're going to go watch the ball drop. Here's a goddamn pouch. Thanks, babe. You know what I'm saying? I kind of like that shit. The Kaiser over the Gerber strong arm. If we're just talking straight price, yeah, the Kaiser. But if we're talking about like thoughtfulness, this Kaiser that I have on the table versus that Gerber strong arm, you would go with the Gerber. I don't own the Gerber strong arm. I have the only Gerber fixed blades I have is the Gerber Infantry number 2. But the Gerber Infantry number 2, that, you know what I'm saying, the sheath works just fucking fine. It's well made. The strong arm's probably the same thing. This Kaiser is well made, but this sheath is fucking trash. Like, why am I able to jiggle this around like I'm trying to slide some fucking panties off a goddamn girl? Like,
Hey,
why?
bro, come on now, dog.
This is what I do when I'm trying to slide
Come
panties
on,
off, okay?
Man.
You know what I'm saying? You're trying to slide them off and you're trying to be real discreet about the shit. That's what that gives me vibes of. I need that shit to be goddamn tight. Nice and tight. Ian says, are we lit? Are we poured? As your former right-hand man, I gotta keep you on course. Sir, give me some goddamn milk.
He needs some milk.
I pour some water in. I need to pour some goddamn bourbon. Maybe I'll pour a bourbon. That Four Roses seems to be calling my fucking name, man. That Four Roses seems to be calling my goddamn name. We'll see. Canyon Rebel is here as well. What up, X? How do you like the new Matrix toppers by Black River Summit? I don't even know what that is. Field trip. I like when y'all listen. This is how I like the shit to go. You ask me my opinions about some shit. I don't know what the fuck it is. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. All right, so we got here. You said it is the... My bad, I caught my attention. I see mods being mods. I can't control my mods. I'm just saying. Sometimes they got them goddamn trigger fingers, man. I'm just saying. Sometimes it be like that,
bro,
Boosie.
come on now, dog.
Okay?
Come on, man.
So you said the new Matrix toppers by Black... I don't know if they had a knife, like... I feel like I'm about to discover some shit because I don't know what the fuck that is. We might be saving that, sir. This might be some shit that is actually getting saved. Matrix toppers. I gotta search this shit with the screen away just in case some goddamn titties pop up on the screen or some shit I ain't never. Oh, it's a topper for a truck? Is that what that is? Is that what that shit is? Okay. Interesting. Oh my God. First thing I noticed is just fucking the beautiful looking goddamn Silverado that they got over there. So my first impressions is that this thing here is, the truck is beautiful. So the truck has me, it has me distracted. Okay. It has me distracted. Even the fucking Tacoma. But anyway, so this topper looks very interesting. You can fit an entire dirt bike standing up in the bed of your truck? Really? That's really interesting. So I guess my initial impressions would be, I'm a little concerned about, can I actually put any weight on the top of that topper? Can I put any weight on the top of that topper? Can I put any fucking thing on the top of the topper? I'm just saying, goddamn. It's like, okay, so I'll give you my first thoughts, and this will be my reservations about this. Number one, it doesn't look like a quick uninstall process. In other words, if a buddy asked me to help him move his couch, how long would it take me to take that shit off to go over to his house? It's $3,500. That's for a 5'1" bed. I have a 6'6" bed. So that would cost me, they may not even have that listed. Yeah, they don't even have that listed. So the closest thing that I could get would be a 6'9" bed, which is still 3,400. Okay. But yeah, it's I would have a lot of reservations about how long it takes to take that shit off the truck. I have a Diamondback cover. I don't have to take shit off it. If I want to move a couch on top of my cover, I just put it on top of my fucking cover. My cover can take a payload of 1,600 pounds. Now, granted, my truck bed can't carry that much weight, or shouldn't carry that much weight. But if I want to put 800 pounds of concrete on top of my tonneau cover, I can do that. I have done that. If I want to put a goddamn couch and a recliner and a big screen TV on the top of my tonneau cover, I can do that. I have done that. I don't think it's happening with that. Geekiest Guy says he picked up the Swiss Tech from Wally World and it's actually pretty darn good. Listen, Swiss Tech is that's some real shit. Walmart is known for doing some deals and making themselves more attractive to everyone. Right? So like, for instance, Walmart sells Hart tools. They sell Hart tools. Hart Tools is a brand by TTI. Now, Hart Tools is a brand by TTI. TTI makes some powerhouse goddamn tools. They make Milwaukee, they make Rigid, they make Ryobi, and Walmart decided to partner with TTI to get their own tool brand called Hart. Now, a lot of people don't buy Hart because it looks a little weird. Like me personally, I wouldn't want a white drill driver because if my hands are all dirty, I don't want to fucking get my hands on the fucking white drill driver. I don't want a white lawnmower and then mow some green grass that has a little bit of fucking dew on it. Now my lawnmower is all fucking green. I'm just fucking shallow like that, okay? But if I really needed a tool brand, I would happily pick up Hart Tools. There's Walmarts all over the fucking place. You got the backing of a great company like TTI who makes Milwaukee and shit like that. Walmart is smart. It's a reason why they, you know what I'm saying, they have so many fucking employees and make all that goddamn money. So they're making deals with folks like Swiss Tech and Buck. And they're pushing stuff out like Mossy Oak and Ozark Trails. They keep it, but those are no longer the very first knives that you see. You go down to the hunting section and you take a look at it, you're like, oh, I've heard of Buck. My granddaddy had a Buck. I'm gonna buy a Buck. So it makes a lot of sense. I need to possibly do the same thing though. Nevik says, what is brands EDC slingbacks, backpacks, flashlights? Sir, that's a lot. Just go watch my goddamn channel, sir, okay? I do appreciate the question, okay? Don't spam the question though. They're not gonna bounce you up out of here, Nivik. They might time you out though, okay? Don't spam the question over and over. I'll get to it. But that's a lot of things to ask for, okay? In the description of this video, I have my favorite items. So like if you click the actual description of this video, I have my favorite sling, one of my favorite knives, and then you could just go watch. I've done a lot of content on everything you just mentioned. Jesse, thanks for stopping by as well, man. The Seeker 4 has a moonlight mode. Hold down the button for 2 seconds, sir. Okay. Let me go grab that. Hold down the button for 2 seconds. Okay. So I got this in this goddamn sling bag or this waist pack. But, and I keep it right here in the very front. So you just hold it down for 2 seconds. Oh, look at that. Learning has occurred. All right. Well, that's good to know. I know my battery's about to fucking die. Here's the thing about Olight, man. This is in a bag where I need this bag to be dependable. I ruck with this bag. This is a bag I'll grab. I'll quickly take it and just go ruck with this as is. If I start a ruck and this shit is blinking like this, that's fucking unacceptable. And now I got to find Olight's goofy ass proprietary charger and charge this shit. That is like a complaint that I have. I can't just throw a fucking US. Now I might as well keep this shit out because I gotta charge it. You know, I can't just throw the shit with a USB-C on there. I guess I could swap the battery out, but Olight also uses a lot of goofy ass proprietary batteries as well. Like, yeah, I gotta go to their website and buy this weird ass battery. You can't just use what everyone else uses, either 18650s or 22, whatever the other one's called. So, you know, I think I'm gonna enjoy that shit, but I don't enjoy discovering that my shit is fucking dead. I don't like that shit. Let's see. EDC explain field trip for your short. Drop the link. You're a mod, right? Yeah, drop the link in the description, or not the description. Drop the link in the chat and put a Q colon in front of it. Let's see. We took a look at that question. Would you consider doing a review on the Doggett S110 rugged phone? Oh, I've seen those phones. They have fucking huge batteries. Huge. So a part of your EDC is your cell phones. Let's keep that real, okay? You know, a part of your EDC are your cell phones. I see a question in the chat that says, what cigar brand do I use? It's the very first link in this description. They're my live stream sponsors, TISFA. So I use TISFA brand of cigar shit. And they bought the exclusive right to provide all my cigar shit. I used to use Zippo and I used to use Thunderbird, but now I use TIFA. Stupid ass name, great ass products. I told them that directly. So, but yeah, you can check out if you want to see those lighters or whatever. It's the first link in the description will have TISFA's cigar products. But would I do a review on that, Blackjack? Nah, I know that phones are a part of your EDC, but to do a like straight up phone, or excuse me, a straight up review on a phone it would be unusual for my channel. I do include phones. Like if I do an EDC loadout, I'll say, hey, my phone's a Google Pixel 7. My secondary phone's an iPhone 13 Pro. I do mention it, but I can't, a whole review, nah, that wouldn't work out. Now, what I might do, Blackjack, is I do have apps on my phone. I talk about this all the time. Your phone is a piece of comm equipment. And in my opinion, you should prepare your phone for worst case scenarios. You should download to your phone's memory a local copy of the area in your maps, whether it's Apple Maps, Waze, or Google Maps. I use Google Maps. Download the local area of your maps to your phone's memory. So if you lose cell phone service, an EMP hits your goddamn city, whatever the case may be. No, Boosie, listen, it could happen, okay, Boosie?
Come on, man.
A goddamn EMP hits your city or something like that, you can still access the map in your phone. Download some comm apps into your phone. Download a compass app into your phone. Download shit that will work in airplane mode. So do those minimal things. I have that shit in mind. Franco says, are assisted knives like dating a fat chick tons of fun? But I can't let my wife find out, sir. Chill out.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Listen, I have two assisted knives. I have two fully automatic and two assisted. My favorite assisted knife is the Benchmade Boost. It's weird. I don't know why in the EDC, at least in the content creator space, people don't talk about assisted knives. It's like, oh, I need to open my shit all the way. It's rugged, blah, blah, blah. Like, man, get the fuck out of here, bro. What are you talking about, man? Like, what are we talking about? You don't want a goddamn assisted knife? Benchmade Boost Federal Government Edition. It's a nice knife. It's a great knife for banging and pounding on, although Benchmade is losing their fucking minds with their pricing lately. It's a fantastic knife to be able to barely touch it, and it's just like a fucking fireball. How much tension is in this shit? And you have to definitely put it down with your hand. You can't, it's not going to drop down with your hand because it is assisted. But yeah, people don't really talk about it. But this is the type of knife though that I would take camping for a couple of reasons. It has partial serration, which for me personally, when I go camping and shit like that, I like partial serration. It makes it, if I don't need a clean cut, cutting through some rope, twine, shit like that, makes the cut a lot easier. I can hit on this shit because of how fucking fat it is with a log. And then one of my favorite fully automatic is my Gerber Fast Tanto number 6. Now they make a assisted version of the Gerber Fast Tanto, and then they have a fully automatic one, which they don't normally sell. They'll sell it to like the military and shit like that, but just really depends. A lot of people don't talk about it. The Ace Beam H16 is working out well, lives in my waist pack now. So Jesse, last time that you brought that up, I looked it up, right? And now I'm getting all sorts of ads for that goddamn Ace Beam. My Google News, it popped up. I was like, oh man, Jesse was just talking about this. Rah. What up there, Marine? Appreciate you kicking the goddamn door in, Simplify. What is the brand of the bag? Oh, we talked about this. So what is the little handheld desk blower that I use? Oh, that is, where's that blower at? It's on my coffee. It's in my coffee area, but I will just show it to you on Amazon. So I do have a blower that I use to get like ash off my goddamn man cave area, all that type of stuff. So let me look into my orders and see if I can just find it there. Yeah, it's a compressed air electric blower. This is what I use. And I'm not gonna lie to you. All the fucking attachments, I lost every single fucking one.
Come on now, dog.
You're gonna lose them.
Come on, man.
The reason I wanted this thing, it has a 6,000 milliamp hour battery, which is a fucking monster for a blower. That's basically, that battery is bigger, most likely bigger than the battery that's in your phone. And I wanted the little brush attachment there. I just keep the brush attachment hooked up to it. I lost all the other fucking attachments. I don't know where they're at. I lost the charging cable, everything. But it is USB-C. Jesse says ads. Yeah, I have ads turned off. YouTube, listen, Google owns YouTube. If they want to put fucking ads on a video, they're gonna fucking do that shit, okay? They're gonna do it. I normally don't put on ads on my live streams because I have fucking titties on my live stream. And whenever I put these girls up, when these girls pop up on the screen right there in the middle, my video is instantly demonetized, instantly. So to save myself the headache, I don't even turn monetization on my live streams. My live streams are crowdfunded only because, but YouTube could still, they want to put an ad on this is their fucking website. They just do the shit. Okay, I'll drop this link in the description for you, man. You're more than welcome to pick that shit up using a goddamn link. That'll be that goddamn diaper money, sir. Good head on your shoulders. So I'll drop that for you as well. But yeah, that thing is like my go-to when it comes to blowing off my coffee area, getting coffee beans off that shit, all that type of stuff. So I love it. The install video of your Molly system in your truck is still one of my faves. Geekiest guy, I appreciate that. You know how fucking long that video took? And it was Texas, it was hot, and I have fucking dreadlocks. That video took for fucking ever. But I want to honor, if I tell a company that, hey, if you sell this to me at a discount, I'll do this, blah, blah, blah. But, 3 camera angles. And of course, because I'm trying to show the shit, I got to stop. Can the camera see what I'm doing? Oh, let me reposition it. Of course, I love Mrs. X, but she ain't about to bring her pretty ass out there and be the goddamn cameraman. Absolutely no fucking way, bro, sir, okay?
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Ain't no goddamn way. There's no way. There is one way, though. There is one way. It's one way to come through. Resilient Dad, would you like to bring that ass to the front, sir? Resilient Dad,
Pause.
Would you like to bring it to the front, sir? Completely uninterested. So you say, Battalion Stallion, stand up, ma'am. fattest ass on YouTube. Please tell me that she don't have the fattest one. Little cutie. Mrs. X, we can invite her to the bedroom. If we found her and she was down, Mrs. X says she can come to the goddamn bedroom, okay? You know who else can come to the goddamn bedroom? Put them goddamn titties on my screen, sir. Make that shit happen with the 1999 super chat. Tapping in from the Bay with respect. Yeah. Put a goddamn BDE in the chat real quick, man. Make that shit happen. We appreciate that, man. Straight up diaper money. Put that shit in the goddamn chat real quick. Let me make you the goddamn stream sponsor, my guy. Coming through, making the stuff happen, man. We appreciate that. Coming through with that goddamn big dick energy. Ladies, get off that pole. No, really, get off that goddamn pole before you hurt yourselves. Grab that bag, pick that shit up. You never know if we need you later on. I appreciate that, though. I do appreciate that. So, let me see. Let me get through some more questions, man. We're going to jump into this video. We're going to jump into this video because want to make that shit happen. The Seeker 4, we talked about that. Assisted knives. Franco says, I like to hear your thoughts about the guy who wants to start a knife collection. What classics to get and which ones to skip? That's a good question. So basically, the reason I own so many knives, so when I first started this channel off, I started off mostly making content about survival stuff, man cave stuff, and stuff for my truck. Knives just became like a slow collection for me. I ended up buying a buck 110 and a buck 112 Pro because I had like this nostalgia for buck. Then I was like, and I got a little Benchmade curious. I ended up fucking buying like 7 of them.
Hey,
okay,
bro, come on
no,
now,
Boosie,
dog.
chill out, man.
Come on, man.
So over the course of like 6 months, I ended up spending like $2,000 on goddamn Benchmade shit. Okay, and then I was like, you know what? So to answer your question directly, I would say at a minimum, get yourself a classic gentleman knife, some type of slip joint, some type of nail nick knife, whether it's by Case or Buck or whoever. I think Jack Wolf is making some good ones right now. Get yourself, you need to have something, a nice, dependable drop point. I would say some type of American-made drop point, any flavor of company that you see fit. You got to have a unique spider code. That thumb hole is just so goddamn unique. It's a nice talking point. And then you need to, in my opinion, you need to have at least one knife that has a partial serration. Because if you do want to actually put some fucking work in, get something with a partial serration. You can get the cheap ass Gerber Paraframe. You can get a Benchmade bug out that has partial serration. I have one right here. So they even sell them that way as well. So if you want to kind of freak it up and do something like that, you can as well. And then from there, just kind of freak it up. Stuff to skip. I would skip, as much as I like them, I would skip like OTFs. I would skip butterflies. I would skip ballad songs. That's just me. I'm not telling, you know, if you're asking for what I skip, because I've never really had a big desire for an OTF. I like the Infidel. I like Microtech. I like all that shit, but they're fucking pricey and the failure rate is real. They either get stuck in or they get stuck at fucking out. One of the two. How do you feel about the Leatherman Arc that's coming out? The Leatherman Arc looks fucking delicious, okay? I saw Max Level EDC do a video on that shit. I fucking almost creamed myself, okay? But I don't need one, Bill. The Leatherman Arc is like the Leatherman Signal in Charge got together and had a sexy ass baby, got rid of the hammer, and I think they put what, S30V steel? What, I think they put some type of upgraded steel on the drop point, did they not? So as much as I think it looks fucking fire, I think it's gonna sell out really fast. It's gonna be like what, $200 or some shit like that. And if I really want a Leatherman that has that upgraded steel, I would just go snatch myself up Field trip. I think it's the Charge Plus TTI. Let me see. Let me check this out real quick. If I'm not mistaken, I think the Charge Plus TTI has S30V on the actual main blade. I can buy it on base for 160 bucks. I don't even want to know how much. Yeah, it has S30V on the actual main blade. So if I really had an itch to get my hands on upgraded still on a Leatherman, I will buy this. The Arc has Magna Cut. Okay, so they stepped it up even more. But Magna Cut, of course, we all fucking love it. Everybody's coming up with a S110V L Max Magna Cut, trying to make you cream yourselves and all that type of shit.
Pause.
But do you need it? Probably not. Now that I'm here, let's see what else they got. Is the mud back on this website? Because this is where I bought my mud at. I bought it on base. So I have a mud. I have 2 Leatherman muds. But they're about to bump the price of the mud up. I'm not a big fan of that. Interesting. You have the full-size Griptilian. I would love to get the full-size Griptilian, Brandon. I'm not going to lie to you. So I bought the mini Griptilian on base. It was on sale. I got it for $89 for the mini Griptilian. Not the partial serration, straight up plain edge. I love it. The scales are black on the micarta. Oh, black patch micarta for your Griptilian. And then you have neon green hardware. Really? I guess in theory, you can just buy some hardware from Amazon or Blade HQ or wherever. That makes sense. My loadout today was the Gerber center drive. Let's see. That axle shift out the front. The Olight Baton Pro. The Leatherman Raptor on my radio lanyard. The Travax Contour and copper key bar. There's something about copper that just makes your boy get fucking bricked up. It gets grandpa excited. Like when I pull my copper loadout out, whether I carry the Civivi Elementum or I carry my Kershaw Leak, I think those are the only 2 copper knives I have. And then I carry my my Olight Imors, which is copper. I get the Axwell wallet, that's copper. I feel fucking accomplished. It smells weird. My hands smell weird all fucking day. Like I feel like I'm really making some stuff happen. So yeah, I like a nice copper loadout. I don't know why. More than like brass is cool. I enjoy brass and all that type of stuff, but copper just, it gets the juices going. It says, EDC Explained says, your cover rolls back though, doesn't it? So on the Diamondback cover, it does not. You can get the upgraded one. Let's see, the field trip. So we got Diamondback cover. So they do have a new updated cover that you can buy. It's called the Switchback. Full disclosure, I have a relationship with Diamondback as well. I'm not an ambassador. I would love to be an ambassador. They send me free shit, but I have a relationship as in they give me discounts. So I have the HD cover. The HD cover is designed for you to put a bunch of heavy shit on top. ATVs. Literally, I was at Lowe's and I had the guy drop half a pallet of concrete on the bed of my truck. As much as I like making an appearance, okay, we appreciate that. As much as I like the Switchback, it like so aesthetically pleasing. I think Last Line of Defense, they sent him one out and he slapped it on one of his Tacomas. I wouldn't want to give up the weight. I wouldn't want to give up the capacity of the weight because this thing says you can only haul 400 pounds on top. 400 pounds on top. I don't like that. It's as smooth as it looks. It looks fucking amazing. I would much rather keep my HD cover, which I think is 1600. Let me make sure I'm quoting myself correctly. So yeah, it holds 1600 pounds. 1600 pounds, and the panels are 50 pounds each. It does not take long to take the panel off. If I go out right now to my truck, take the panel off, I will be done in about 30 seconds. It's not hard. Not hard. So that's my recommendation is always get the HD if you know, if you're about that life. Also, I like the headache rack, which some people don't like that shit. But I'm a big fan of the headache rack. I installed that on my truck as well. And I got a lot of shit from them. I bought the light accessory that allows for me to see inside my truck. I bought the headache rack, which I'm not seeing it. They got a Molly panel, which I think they did a collaboration with Bill Wright Industries for the Molly panel. Yeah, so this is the headache rack that I installed. And this was a hard installation because you got to fucking drill holes in your own fucking cover. But yeah, I like it. Now I can throw stuff on the top of my cover and it doesn't hit my window. I don't feel like a freaking nincompoop. Have to worry about tearing my shit up. Rocky, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for being a goddamn member. Bears are on. You are on the phone, not my huge TV, sir. It's okay. I appreciate you being here, okay? I don't watch football, so you guys may notice that I don't go live. The only time I don't go live is during NASCAR races, but you know, NASCAR is about over. I watch NASCAR. That's the only thing I kind of rearrange my schedule for is NASCAR. Reason I like NASCAR, until you go to a race and you hear fucking 43 vehicles with about 700 horsepower start their vehicles at the same time and you fucking get bricked up, you don't know what can happen with the fantasticness. Oh, Buck has died? I did not know that. RIP, man. I know who he is. I don't watch football anymore. I haven't watched football since 2017. Let's see. I know there are payload limit on truck beds. Does the payload change when you change the load bearing location from the bed to the sides of the bed if you put the weight on top of your bed cover? That's a good question. I don't know. I just know I'm cautious when I do the shit. I don't know, to be honest with you. So I know, like, so your question is, if I put the shit in the bed, the payload is this. But if I put it on top of the cover, is the payload the same? I don't get anywhere near my payload because I don't want to risk it. I've seen trucks on the Instagrams of trucks snapped in half because they went over their payload, right? Truck breaks in half. You know, I've seen, and I'm in the area down here in Dallas, you know what I'm saying? We'll have some folks, we'll have some Mexicans or some folks from Central America, and you see them rolling down the street with a fucking bed full of underlayment and carpet. I'm like, God damn, that goddamn bed's gonna snap in half. Like, I don't want to experience that, okay? A lot of people experience it because they put those RVs on top of their beds and then they kind of snap in half because of that shit. I am not about that shit. I'm not trying to look like this, okay? I don't want to have my shit snapped in half because I put too much shit in the payload. Now these are just empty. I don't even know why these snapped in half at the fucking frame. So imagine, like, he has a bunch of shit in the back of his truck. What is that? Concrete? Or some shit like that? Let's look at this shit. I don't want to have to experience that type of shit. Oh my God. What were you thinking about? Why do people still do these goddamn tug of wars? How embarrassing is this? You thought you was about to win this shit. Oh, do you hear that goddamn exhaust? I would have loved to hear your goddamn engine actually go somewhere, sir. I would have loved it. This freaking beautiful ass Ram 2500. Listen, I love these years of Rams. The 1500s, the 2500s, because they came off the factory with incredibly high bumpers. You didn't have to, you can just throw some 33s on there with some 18s. The bumpers were such in a great spot. My hunting property, you can't bring a regular truck to my hunting property because your truck will bottom out. If I take you deep in my hunting property, But the Rams, you can bring those things out there factory. You're A-okay. I mean, he can't bring his shit out there. You're freaking snapping some, clapping some goddamn hands, sir. You gotta fucking pay for that shit,
bro,
man.
Come on now, dog.
Really?
Come on, man.
Hey, yeah. You know what?
That is ridiculous. That is freaking ridiculous. That shit is loud as fuck. So like for me personally, I just don't want to overload my payload. I'm going to the channel now because I've never heard of this fucking channel. Now I want to hear some more fucking amazing exhausts. I'm gonna have to do this on my own because a lot of that shit is, but like mudding and stuff like that. Some people see my truck and say, "Oh man, when's the last time you took that shit in the mud?" I'm like, if there's mud on my hunting property, that's about it, sir. Okay. That's it. So other than that, no, I don't want to risk it. Piranha, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for being a goddamn member. Use Mrs. X blow dryer and a damp towel to get the Kydex. Oh. You know, I wouldn't even have to use her blow dryer because I have a heat gun. I have a heat gun out here because it's my job to put the fucking Christmas lights on the fucking house, okay? I got to do that shit every year. I got a couple more weeks. Soon as goddamn Halloween is over, I'm going to be taking my goddamn black ass out on the house and putting up Christmas lights. And so it's a beautiful thing. Looks amazing. But when it's time to take the goddamn Christmas lights off the fucking house, it's a headache and a half. It's a goddamn headache and a half. So this is what the house looks like with all the lights on it. Beautiful. All those lights on that brick are on there with hot glue. The only way to get all that shit off my house is with a heat gun. So now that you mentioned that about this Kydex sheath, I'm going to do that. I'm going to try that. But this shit takes me so goddamn long. I need to make a fucking friend, okay? We got 5 Christmas trees. That reef on the side, that's a 60-inch reef. We have another 48-inch reef that goes on the front of the house. 200 feet of light. This shit takes me a long fucking time to do, okay? And I do this shit by myself. A couple years ago, I paid this Mexican guy, I paid him like $350 to put it on and take it off, and I felt like I got fucking plugged in the ass. Pause. And I ain't doing that shit again, okay? I own all the equipment. I might as well just do the shit myself. He says, so I can use that heated up with the knife inside and press with a damn towel. If it gets too tight, then reheat it in the sheath and unsheath it a few times. Sir, I like that suggestion. I appreciate that. Let me favorite that comment. Okay. Put that in my favorite section. I got you right here, man. That way I can look at that when the stream is over. Almost bought that buck, but the Swiss Tech Fixie was wait, they selling Fixies also for the Swiss Tech? Really? How much? Is it full tang? 2 questions. How much and is it full tang? We just talked about the cigar lighter. Yeah, first link in the description should be the channel sponsor for the cigar lighter. Let me check this out real quick. Let's see. So you got this new PC build. I'm a little nerdy when it comes to like PC builds and all that type of shit because I know I'm not gonna be able to get the shit, man. I'm not gonna be able to get the shit. Let's see what we're working with.
Now look at this.
Oh my God, let me mute the shit. I'm gonna get my whole goddamn
Just wait.
Now look.
Hold on. I think that's goddamn real music. Let me mute that. Oh my God. So what GPU do you have in there? Wait, it's a 3090. Okay. Little Pokeball. Listen, I used to come home in the 10th grade every single day. Grab myself some goddamn zebra cakes and watch goddamn Pokemon. You hear me? Did you build this or did you buy it pre-built? tons of goddamn fans. That shit is fucking fire. I'm not gonna lie to you. This shit is sharp looking. But man, that brings back memories. I can remember when I was young, before I went to school, I would sit down and watch Sonic the Hedgehog. Well, no, it wasn't. Was it Sonic the Hedgehog? Yeah, it was Sonic the Hedgehog. Or I would watch Gumby on my way to school before I got to high school. In high school, I would come home. I would watch fucking Pokemon and I would watch fucking Arthur. Yeah, I was in the 10th grade watching fucking Arthur. That was my shit, man. Comms are important for EDC. Cell phone is a form of comms, 100%. And like I say, prepare that damn phone for the worst case scenario, so you can still at least try to use it if you don't have a signal. Having a physical map of your area with you is a good idea as well. Yes, sir. 100. Well, man, I so agree with you. This get home bag that I'm creating for my buddy has a map of the area that we live in. Let me grab it real quick. So like my get home bag is a banger of a bag, right? But on the very front of my get home bag is a map pouch. And the map pouch has a map of my local area. And I take it off. And if I ever have to use this thing, I have a map pouch, and then inside I can access my local area. Now I'm making the same thing for him, but that way I can still navigate my local area all in one. Now, my shit is big bucks, right? We're still gonna make it for him. It's just not gonna be the same type of big bucks. But yes, grab yourself your local city if you can. Grab your local city if possible and get that shit done. EDC Explained says, my Gerber Fast 06 is assisted. Yeah, they have the assisted and then they have the straight up automatic. Yeah, I do have one of them. You cannot stand Ace Beam. Did you have a bad experience with them? Like, what happened? I only own one Ace Beam. It's the I think it's the Pocket Light AA battery version. It doesn't have the best throw, but it's a AA battery. So I don't know what can I really expect out of that, right? So he says ads. Yeah, man, it's real life, Jesse. Google says they want ads. They fucking put some goddamn ads on there. Assisted openers are not legal to carry here. Same with OTFs, which is a bummer. Those things are cool. Brandon, where are you at, man? Where are you at? I don't really understand the concept of like making different knives illegal. I get the boomsticks, right? Because boomsticks, you can take out a lot of people real fast, but knives is hand-to-hand combat. Like knives is hand-to-hand combat. I used to teach martial arts. I used to teach McMap in the Marine Corps, and the first thing you learn in a knife fight is you're gonna get cut, right? But if you fight someone hand-to-hand with a knife, they have a little bit of adrenaline. They may not initially feel the puncture. They're gonna fucking fight back or run, fight or flight, one of the two, right? So yeah, it just, that doesn't really make sense to me. I get it, like, you know, restrictions on large boomsticks and stuff like that, but knives, I just never really understood that. As a reminder, make sure you do that shit as well. Make sure you hit that goddamn like button too, man.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
Ryan says, what type of stogie am I having? I do not like stogies, man. It make me fuck like I'm sucking a goddamn penis.
Pause.
I'm just saying. I don't like big fat gauge cigars. Anything bigger than like 54 gauge makes me feel like I got goddamn DSLs. It's too fucking close to goddamn DSLs for me. I'm smoking a Monte Cristo Premium Edition. But yeah. There's some folks I watch and I'm like, yeah, you got that big ass goddamn pipe in your mouth. Not a literal pipe, but a goddamn freaking stogie. It's like, ugh. My God. Cody says, I recently started a cigar company with my friend that lives in the Dominican Republic. They're 100% handmade Dominican blends. If I send you a box to your channel, would you be willing to try them out? Cody, yeah, I would. My PO box is in the link of this video, Cody. If you're still here, one of my mods can paste it into chat as well. But you guys can send me stickers, whatever you want. And if I like it, Cody, I would definitely talk about it on a live stream. I don't really make videos about cigars, but during live streams, I always talk about it. And there's a lot of people that have been converted in these live streams. So check out the Scorpion knife from Defense Supply. Field trip. Let's go look that shit up real quick. So the Scorpion knife, Defense with a C. Is that goddamn the British version? This is America. It's goddamn America. We spell it with a goddamn S. This is America. You hear me? So the Scorpion knife is goddamn 70 euros. It is. So it comes with a Kydex sheath. It has. I wonder what. I don't even know if this really matters what blade steel it is because it's like one chunk of steel. This looks like you can just sharpen it, minus the fact that this tip will be kind of hard to sharpen if you don't have the appropriate knife sharpener because it's not quite a drop point. But ooh, I like that color combination. So 70 pounds is what? 80 something bucks. I'll just be throwing these fucking numbers out, man. I'll just be throwing these fucking numbers out. Somebody, how much is 70 euros? So it has a paracord handle. I don't know if I like that. The reason I don't like a paracord handle is because over time, no matter how well they wrapped it, over time, the oils from your hands it's gonna loosen up or it's gonna discolor. I would prefer micarta, and it's also 14C28N blade steel, which is not trash. It's not complete trash. I have some of that here. So this remit knife is a 14 C28N steel. When I got it, it wasn't very sharp, but I did put it through the sharpener. I think I dropped a 220 grit on there. Got it exactly how I want it. Now I carry this shit all the time. This is the knife. I carry this knife when I go places and I'm going to hand my knife to somebody. Okay. Imagine you go help somebody move. You help somebody set up some decorations. You help somebody load something up, whatever. And there's a possibility that strangers are there, stranger danger. And you may have to hand your knife to somebody. Hey, can I use your knife to open this box? This is a, can I use your knife to open a box type of knife. Coming in at less than 45 bucks normally. So if this thing grows legs with a button lock, I think it looks really sharp. And I love the micarta. It's already starting to discolor. It's already starting to patina from my hands. So I like this a lot. And for disclosure, they sent this shit out to me. And I like it. I love the little accent. I think it's pretty sharp looking. But and it has a front flipper if that's your cup of tea as well. So you can do either or. Use a thumb stud, whichever one kind of makes you feel good inside. So last thing you need is your OTF knife to fail because you got some lint in it or some dirt in it. Like that's another thing. When we did that tier maker list for these knife companies, I do take my knives. If I take a knife hunting with me, there's a high propensity that I'm going to drop it in some fucking dirt. If you have so like imagine you're wearing like a really puffy hunting coat, right? So you're wearing like a super puffy coat. It's cold. And you just, instead of clipping the knife back in your pocket, you stick it in your coat. You bend over to pick up a kill and the knife falls into some fucking dirt. Naturally, you might want to take it apart and clean the fucking pivot, right? Some of these companies, if they find out that you fucking took the goddamn knife apart, they're like, oh no, you fucking voided the warranty.
Hey,
what?
Come on now, dog.
Really?
Come on, man.
I voided the warranty. Like, I could imagine that happening anytime. I got a kill, a fresh kill, right? I'm wearing that coat. I bend down and the knife is in my jacket pocket, there's a high likelihood the shit just falls into some random dirt somewhere. That's why I mostly just, when I'm hunting, I mostly only take fixed blades with me. I don't have to worry about that shit. My go-to is the Benchmade Bushcrafter. I fucking know, goddamn Benchmade. Okay, I understand. We're a little upset with their pricing lately, but that's why the OTF, I would never take an OTF hunting. First off, I don't even know what the fuck I would use it for, right? Because on the hunting property, I'm doing stuff like way back in the back, there's a deer stand back there, right? You can't see it. It's behind that Marine X logo. But way back in the back, there's a deer stand. I do stupid shit with my knives in a deer stand. I don't know if you've ever been hunting before, but you climb your ass in a goddamn deer stand at 4:30 in the morning and wasps wake up around 6 a.m. You fucking want to get them things up out of there as fast as you can, okay? So it's like, when I get into a deer stand, I take my fixed blade out while it's still dark. I take a flashlight out and I'm shining all around the deer stand. Are there any wasps in here sleeping? If so, let me go ahead and kill them while they're sleeping. What if you get some fucking wasp guts in your pivot? You might want to take that shit apart, right? The manufacturer says, oh, just hand wash it. You'll be fine. No, I want to fucking make sure my shit is functioning. So yeah, I get it. OTF is, you know, they're nice. They're great for hand-to-hand combat, I would imagine. Depends on what style you get, but no. Wow. The mud is 200, 210 on the website. I know for a fact I got the mud from the base website for cheaper than that. Field trip. Leatherman Mutts Shop My Exchange. That's the only thing I'm not a big fan of, man. Like, all these companies are slowly creeping the price up of their prices on all their different items. And it's like, I know this is not available anymore. They sold out and they're going to restock soon. But when they restock, they're not going to sell this shit for $200. They don't allow that. I think I end up buying mine for like $165, $150, something like that. But this is how much the shit should cost. And if you don't want one that has the black coating on the blade, it's $154. If you want the black coating, it's a little bit more expensive. But they just keep bumping the price up like we're gonna fucking pay it, which most of the time we fucking do, okay? And why would you want the Leatherman Mutt versus just getting like a Leatherman Signal or a Charge? You want the Leatherman Mutt because it has the beefiest pliers on a Leatherman next to the Mr. Crunch. The Mutt has the beefiest pliers, like the pliers on the Mutt are the beefiest pliers next to the Mr. Crunch. They're bigger than these. You can tell. That's why people want it. At least that's why I want it. So you can almost use them functionally like they are a pair of pliers. They're really good for your weapons and all that other type of stuff as well. But, you know, you can get yourself like a Mr. Crunch. Those have beefy ass pliers as well. Or the Crunch, Leatherman Crunch, the regular Crunch. But, you know, they don't produce them anymore. So if you want a Mr. Crunch, you got to buy it on eBay. So I just don't like the creep up, the slow creep up of those prices. Let me see what else they got going on their website while I'm here. So the Surge 149, Sigil, yeah, all these prices are bumped up. The Wave is pretty normal. But yeah, the Micra, they bumped that price up. It used to be $39.95. The Bond is a starter multi-tool. It's $59. That's where it always is. If they bump this up, I wouldn't like that. You know, the Bond is something I recommend to people if they want to get a Leatherman. It doesn't have a pair of scissors, so I don't carry it. But, you know, it just really depends. Before I got a Bond, I would probably get a Leatherman Wave. Or no, not a Leatherman Wave. I would get a Wingman. I would probably get a Leatherman, the Wingman, just so I could have some scissors. Yep, exactly, Castle Knight. 200. Crazy. And it's so crazy because I've done so much fantastic things with Leatherman. If I got you guys know I have a hoarder house. If I got a lot of shit to do around the house, I'm more likely to pick up a very cheap knife, cheap meaning like less than 50 bucks, that I can do some stupid shit with, and a Leatherman. Because basically I can handle anything around my house. I need to tighten the toilet seat, Leatherman. I need to turn off the water to the washing machine because it's fucking leaking, Leatherman. You can do all sorts of shit. But now I'm like, I might as well just go get a goddamn cheap ass multi-tool from Walmart or from Amazon. Get an Amazon Basics multi-tool. What is the best Leatherman for pocket EDC in your opinion? So my favorite Leatherman for pocket EDC is the Leatherman Free P4, only because, or the Free P2, only because the Leatherman Free P4, you can open it up because it has a magnetic opening. You can open it up and keep your hand on a workpiece. So imagine you're holding something. You're underneath the sink. You got your freaking shoulder blades. You're underneath the sink. You got your shoulder blades on a cabinet. It's slicing into your fucking shoulder blades. You're moving goddamn pneumonia and bleach out your fucking way. Water's dripping on your forehead. You got your hand on a goddamn pipe.
Pause.
And you want to just be able to tighten that thing and keep your hand on the pipe. Leatherman Free P4. It has that magnetic opening. You can just flip it open. I like it. Now you can open other Leathermans one-handed. You just can't do it as fast. So it's like my go-to. The only thing about it, it does not use Leatherman's bits. You can't load up any of their bits. So if I really want to be able to load up some bits, I'm more prone to to pull out my Leatherman Wave. The only thing about the Leatherman Wave, it doesn't have a pocket clip. So it's just like a lot of different things you got to think about. I know I can buy a pocket clip, but I'm not about to fucking do all that shit and install it. I ain't got time for all that shit, man.
Come on,
okay?
now, dog.
I ain't got time for that.
Come on, man.
But if I was stuck, Mike, with only one Leatherman, I would just make it work with the Leatherman Free P4 and buy some really cheap Tecton bits and bring those with me. That way I can have everything I needed. Field trip, Tecton, mini bits, driver set. So like if I knew for a fact that I just wanted to have a Leatherman, the Leatherman Free P4, I would buy this set here for fucking $13. And I would just carry that. It's not as glamorous as like the, what is it? Big Idea Design and Hoto and any of that shit. But the shit works. It's fucking 13 bucks. So that would be my go-to combination to make some shit happen. EDC explains, says NASCAR, not another left turn,
What?
sir. No.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
He said no. Yeah, it's listen, the reason, like I say, I was turned into NASCAR mainly because when I went to a race, I ended up going to Richmond in Virginia. That's the first race I went to. I think it's on like a quarter-mile track. Changed my perspective. Ever since then, I've been hooked. I was a Kevin Harvick guy. I think he just retired. So now I'm kind of like, I'm looking for a new driver. You know what I'm saying? But you know, it just really depends. Only thing you watch is MMA. Listen, it's so weird because I used to teach martial arts in the Marine Corps, but it's hard for me to watch two men destroy themselves in a ring, in a freaking octagon. Like, it's hard. I'm like, God damn, man. Mainly because I've been in fights. I've lost a tooth in a fight. Like this entire tooth here is fake. You can't see it. The camera's far away. I've lost an entire tooth in a fight. So when I see that shit, it just reminds me of fucking getting fucking mollywopped in my goddamn head.
Come on now, dog.
That shit does not feel good.
Come on, man.
I don't know if you guys have been in real fist fights. Like, if you ever get into a 2 or 3 minute fist fight, that's a long fucking fight. These dudes do 3-minute rounds or 5-minute rounds, I guess, for the experts. I don't fucking know. That is a long fucking fight. When I watched John Jones Bones, whatever his fucking name is, I watched him fight one time. He broke his foot. He was having an interview with Joe Rogan. He didn't realize his foot was broken until the interview was almost over because of the adrenaline that he had. And I was like, oh my God. Let me see if I can find that. He broke his foot and he did not realize that he actually broke his foot until he was nearly done with the goddamn interview. I'm like, oh my God.
Hello and welcome to Sports Gaming Universe channel here on YouTube, and we're talking UFC 159.
What is this? Hold on. I thought this was gonna show me actually when he actually broke his shit, man. Like, me personally, I'm like, man, I don't know how you handle that shit, man. Let me see this shit. Yeah, he didn't notice until the very end. Broke his entire goddamn foot. Mind you, he broke his foot, and if he wouldn't have won that fight, they would have had to pull him because he broke his fucking foot. So that's crazy. NASCAR hits different. I love all motorsports. I haven't been to a NASCAR race since I lived in the Bay, so that's like 20 years ago. Yeah, I lived next to Texas Motor Speedway. When I say next to, it's 50 minutes away. They have 2 races a year, April race and a November race. I like to go to the spring race, but I love the November race is a night race. I prefer to go to the April race because it's during the day, but I love going to NASCAR. I like going to the pits. I like the pictures. I love the fact that you can fucking bring your own food. It's BYOB. You can bring in your own boomstick. You can bring in a knife. And if I go by myself, I normally would get a luxury seat in the box where they fucking feed you. I'll spend like $400 because it's just fucking me. No one else wants to fucking go with me, okay? I ain't got no fucking friends to go to that shit. Okay?
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
So I like to just really enjoy that shit. It's an EVGA 3090 for the win. Also, the Pokeball. Okay, so you got the 3090 in that computer. Nice. Yeah, I would love one. I don't have the room for it in the man cave. I don't even know where I would stick that shit. I guess I would get rid of my mini PC, but it would really be wasteful. So it's full tank with that Swiss Tech, less than $50. I was gonna say it's about $41 and some change. That's not bad. That's not bad. You can beat it up all you want. You fucking mess it up. I don't know what is Swiss Tech warranty process. And that's the thing. They're now in Walmart. You might be able to warranty your shit in Walmart. If you fuck up your Swiss Tech, go to Walmart. It's almost like Harbor Freight. Just slam the shit down and get another one. You work an IT job and tech support. Okay, that makes sense. The Ace Beam Facebook group is toxic as fuck. Cheap Olight ripoffs, in my opinion. Here's my only complaint with Olight. Okay, not my only complaint. I got a few complaints. I have 2 major complaints with Olight. Number 1, it's a proprietary charger. Three complaints. Number 2 is their fucking proprietary batteries. Number 3 is they're like iPhones. They just release the same flashlight every few months or every year. So this Seeker 4 is the 4th iteration of the fucking Seeker. The Baton 3, the 3rd iteration of the Baton. So as much as we like them, it's like, are you really innovating? Or you're like the iPhone of fucking flashlights? I mean, don't get it twisted. I still carry the shit, okay? We still make the shit happen. I just upgraded the light that was in my get home bag to the Olight. Which one is this? The Seeker 4 Pro. So the mini here and then a Pro next to it. The only reason I like the Pro is because you can charge it with USB Type-C. But I would only trust this in like my get home bag. So, you know, I don't have any issues with going like a Woobin or a Phoenix or some shit like that. Something similar to those. I keep a physical map, a compass, and at least 2 radios in my packs that live in my car. You sound like me, Geek Is guy. I have a compass. There's always a compass nearby. I like either a asthmatic, a lismatic compass. I can never pronounce that word. So I can shoot an azimuth or a base plate compass, button compass if that's all I fucking got. I have some ham radios in the back of my truck. I don't have a license, but in an emergency situation, am I using the fucking ham feature? Absolutely, okay? Oh, you're over there in Portland. That's why you have such strict laws when it comes to boomsticks and shit like that. So yeah, interesting. As much as I like Oregon because you live so close to the sequoia trees, and I want to fucking hug a goddamn sequoia,
Hey,
Boosie.
bro, come on,
I want to hug one.
Come on, man.
I would love to hug one. But all them strict ass laws in goddamn Washington, Oregon, and California, ain't no fucking way, man. Ain't no goddamn way. My job sent me one time to Campbell, California. So my job sent me to Campbell, California. I went there, and while I was there, I took the Caltrain. I went to the Winchester Mansion. Winchester, the gun company. So he has this big ass mansion near, I think it's near Campbell, California, or it might be in Campbell, California. I get confused all the time. I went to the Winchester Mansion. After Winchester died, his fucking wife went goddamn crazy, and she began to build her house forever and ever because she always thought that there was ghosts chasing her. So the mansion has stairs that lead to nowhere. There's doors that fall into goddamn open crevices. It's the weirdest goddamn house I have ever been in. If you ever find yourself in this part of California, go to the Winchester Mystery House. Because this broad spent all her husband's money after he died to just continue to build on her house because she was paranoid that a ghost was going to get her at any time. This website's fucking cheesy as fuck. In real life, this shit is fucking fire. You can make your own custom maps with Caltopo. Google them. They're free, and you can make scales. Okay, scale links exactly how you want them. And Geekiest guy, I know you know. I know you got that goddamn sauce. Field trip. Caltopo maps. This might be some shit that you might want to do, man. So one thing I also have in my kit is a Garmin. I think it's called a Garmin Seeker, Garmin Finder. So you can come here and make your own custom apps, and then you can just download the shit. Okay, I like that. I like that. Let me save this. Save this to my discoveries page. Appreciate that, man. You got a good goddamn head on your shoulders, man. I'm going to save this. I'm going to play with this after the stream. I'll drop it in chat also, because it's always just nice to know that you can fucking just handle the shit on your own. Buying local maps is cool and all that, but hey, if you can just make it happen, print the shit off, why not? Well, our cigars are Coronas, so they're 42 ring gauge. So I will say that, yeah, 42 rings, 44 rings, like the Lancerno size. I love those. The only issue I have with like a 42 and a 44 is that they go out a lot. You see, I talk a lot during these streams. It's hard for me to smoke like a 42 or 44 during these streams because I'm going to be lighting them all the time. Now, yours are hand rolled, so I'm pretty sure they burn really well. But like if you get like a box press that might fucking burn like crazy, then next thing you know, my cigar, like this is a, how long have I been live? I've been live for 2 hours. This is a 2-hour smoke, easy. It's still going. Still going. And I probably have, if I decide to get like a little tool, I probably could smoke this for an additional 45 minutes if I really wanted to stretch it out. The winner of the night fight is the one that dies in the ambulance. That's why my teacher always said, exactly. So I know a lot of people like to carry the Benchmade Sock P for defense, which is okay because of the thumb hole or whatever, but those Scorpion style knives look like they would be better for defense. Mainly because puncturing's okay, but my goal with fighting, I've learned over the years, is engage and egress. I'm trying to escape. I'm not trying to win, stand over you, pull my goddamn dick out and be like, I won. No, I'm not trying to do all that, okay? My goal is to get back home to goddamn Danny Lene and my fucking 5 kids. So I prefer to slash you. That's more likely to bring your adrenaline level down faster, make you realize that you're bleeding all over the concrete, and maybe stop the fight faster. But when I fight, fighting is so dangerous. It's so dangerous. The number one, the most dangerous thing humans do is drive. But if you ever find yourself in a fist fight, it's so you can die. So I'm hawking loogies. I'm doing all that shit. I can remember one of the first fights I got in was with my stepdad. He used to own a window washing business. We had a couple of Mexican workers, and apparently my stepdad didn't pay him. I'm like 15 years old. They want to fight him. It's 2 of them. They start jumping on him. I'm like, well, I'm gonna try my fucking best. I jump in. The first thing my stepdad does, he hawks a loogie, spits in one guy's face, hits the other guy in the face, because the guy that he hawked the loogie in, he is goddamn wiping his face, wiping the loogie out of his face. He beats both of them up. I'm like, oh, you didn't need my fucking help, okay? Piranha says, don't take legal advice for someone on YouTube. Look up your laws. Yeah, all those laws can be looked up. Especially, yeah, Cali laws. Yeah, I don't know. I don't live in Cali, so I wouldn't even know what the laws is. I think it's 2.5 inches or 2 inches for a knife, but I might be wrong. You'd be probably better off asking Quack, Ron Quack. He lives in Cali. So he probably, and he EDCs a lot of shit. So he probably knows all the goddamn laws. Yeah, send those over. It says 70 euros equals $73.82. Look at that shit. That's why I don't do fucking math on streams, because I will be that goddamn guy. Scorpion blade is a great style. They make them that you can use them as a pairing of, as a pair of scissors to take them apart, like a scalpel. Speaking of scalpel, the Boker scalpel's fucking favorite scalpel. Favorite goddamn scalpel. Keep that shit in the truck. Make that shit happen, man. As much as I shit on goddamn Boker because of my experience with the Boker Magnum, the Boker scalpel is still fucking fantastic. I will recommend you get it from Blade HQ, even though I don't fuck with Blade HQ that much, but it's $36. It's D2 steel, has a nice little sheath. You can wear this shit on your neck if you're a freaking weirdo like that. And I like this thing. This sits in my truck. And when I'm in my truck, my pocket knife is next to my goddamn seatbelt. I can't fucking pull that shit out so fast. So I like this because I can grab it, open up packages, cut shit, and I don't have to pull out my pocket knife. I need to buy those little, what are those things called? To keep shit that falling between your armrest and your seat. You know how much shit falls down there? My keys, my cell phone, my ear pods, knives. I need to buy that shit. I know they're readily available on Amazon. I'm always dropping shit down there. And it's like a whole treasure hunt when it's time to get the shit out of there. Leatherman pliers versus a pair of pliers in my toolbox that are like $8. I really don't know. Oh yeah, go with the goddamn $8 all day. All day. And you can get some great American made type shit or some German made Knippix. So yeah. But if you just want those creature comforts, you know, just have stuff that's very, very easy, you're good to go. I bought my mutt for $170 a year ago. I bought it because I'm a gunsmith and the cleaning rod adapter gets the most use. Yes. So for my boomsticks, I like the cleaning rod adapter. I also have an EOD adapter, which I don't fucking know why. I don't fucking work with explosives, but I have it anyway. But I like Real Avid, my Real Avid multi-tool. That's what I use the most for my boomsticks. That shit's fucking phenomenal. I don't know. Is it over here? Let me see. Yeah, this shit right here is this multi-tool is what I use mostly for my boomsticks. Bit driver on here, anything I need for scraping, all that type of stuff. So I'm a big fan of this multi-tool just for those reasons. And you can also use it. It's really good for if you have a shotgun. So, but if you don't need all this, just grab yourself. Well, you can get the mutt with the rod on there, but this is if you're mostly working on your boomsticks, you need to have some good pro gun tools to work on your shit properly. Fix-it sticks, Real Avid, cleaning kits, hopper oils, all that shit's important when you're working on boomsticks. Speaking of the laws, here we go right here. Yeah. Anyone know the laws of the knives? Yeah, that's some shit I would just look up. I wouldn't even want to give you the wrong advice. You buy and say, well, X told me it was fine. Police officer gonna be like, well, who the fuck is a goddamn Marine X? Do you fuck with F1? What's F1? Are you talking about the racing? The thing about F1, I like it. I think they've had their first, no, that was Indy cars, their first black champion, right? I just think that F1s and Indy cars are too technical. Like, I love how dangerous it is. The guy's helmet, his head is exposed, the tires are exposed. It's exciting. I was in Bahrain for like 3 months. And while I was in Bahrain, I went to one of those races. Fantastic. It was very exciting, but it still does not take the place of a good old NASCAR race. It's just something about it. It's just, I don't know. I can't describe it. The Formula One race out there. Let me see. Where is? So one thing I did in Bahrain a lot was I went to this place called the Bahrain karting place. Those karts get up to like 60 miles an hour. I don't know how many times I went to that shit, like a ton. But I went to the race out there in Bahrain. It was exciting. Different types of cars on the track. It was really dope. But it just wasn't for me 100%. Would I do it again? Absolutely. Absolutely, I would check it out again. You ever find yourself in Bahrain? Bahrain is because Bahrain is like the strip club for the goddamn Saudi Arabians, okay?
Hey,
no,
bro,
it really is.
Now, dog. Come on, man.
So in Saudi Arabia, those men, you know, the women have to be virgins and all that type of stuff. They do a lot of weird stuff, like But if those men want to sow their seeds, they go to Bahrain. And the freaking women in Bahrain, they're all imported, so they're all from the Philippines and from Ethiopia and Eritrean. But you can go over there. Let's just say, like, one of the first jobs on planet Earth was women selling themselves, and they do it a lot in goddamn Bahrain. Okay, let's just put it like that. Okay. If you had to have only one boomstick, what would it be? It would be a Mossberg 500. I would miss my rifles and I would miss my handguns, but it would be a Mossberg. It would be a shotgun. It doesn't have to be a Mossberg, but home defense. You can load home defense rounds in a shotgun. I can shoot towards my kids' room. I can shoot towards the room where my wife is located. The buckshot's not going to go through the wall and hurt my kids. As much as I enjoy my boomsticks, I got an Armalite AR-10 behind me. I have a Blackout that I'm working on, Blackout loadout that I'm working on, 454 I'm working on. I just got an AR-22 build, or excuse me, I just got a 22 long rifle build, but I would go with a shotgun because of the home defense capabilities of it. And maybe I can bird some stuff too. Maybe I can shoot some doves and some turkey, shit like that. So it really just depends. Many people, including myself, buy them because of the chargers. Buy what because of the chargers? It's probably some shit earlier, man. I hate myself. I don't even know what we're talking. Buy what because of the chargers? The charging is a selling point. The charger is a selling point. To me, not bad thing. I have plenty of chargers. There's never a time that I don't have one. Are we talking about USB Type-C? Mr. Goody says the buckshot will absolutely go through drywall. Yeah, it might. But there's a lower likelihood. Home defense buckshot has a lower likelihood of going through a wall than a handgun, than a 22, than a 6mm. It has a more likelihood of hitting a stud, maybe being stopped by insulation. So that's me. If that was my one and done. He says Washington isn't strict. People are falling for the BS propaganda. You would know, Jesse. You live out there, Jesse? I think it's hilarious that Gerber is headquartered here. And like every third knife they make is a Springer System one. I think Benchmade is also headquartered in Oregon. Are they not? Is Benchmade headquartered? I did a whole Benchmade lure video, and I don't even fucking remember. Somebody put in chat where Benchmade is headquartered. I think they're in Oregon. I think they're in Oregon City, Oregon, if I'm not mistaken. I keep the Garmin E-Trex in my pack too. I got my old school bag with the one 20 years ago, new color screen. Do you have to pay for the monthly subscription for that specific one? Because I have my Garmin tracker, right? And let me see. Some of the Garmin trackers you have to pay. I have a Garmin InReach Mini. And the Garmin InReach Mini, you have to pay $20 a month for it. I don't pay for the subscription until I need it. The one thing I like about Garmin is that you don't have to pay for the subscription, at least a year and a half ago. I haven't called them since. But when I bought this thing, it was on sale for $250. So I snatched it up, right? And my goal with this is if I have no cell phone signal, I'm hoping that I would still have satellite signal with the Garmin InReach. The Garmin InReach has a little bit of the trail abilities, but it also has the ability to send text messages. So imagine if I'm on my hunting property and I'm having some issues, I can't get any cell phone signal, that's when I activate mine. But they normally have the subscription services that you got to pay with those. Hey man, if it's a real fight, then pocket sand for the win, 100%. Okay. One thing I learned about fighting is the person, you know, you need to do way less barking, because then there'll be a less likelihood that you have to end up actually biting. So I am not the guy that's outside the club or the venue or the restaurant or the goddamn mall or wherever barking. I'm not going to be out there telling you what I'm going to do. There's a higher likelihood that we can de-escalate if I'm not yelling and I'm all in your face. But if we get to that level, I will much rather put my hands on you. And I've lost fights. I've been hit before. I know what it feels like to get punched. Therefore, I'm no longer afraid to fight. unfortunately, there's a high likelihood that someone's going to pull you out and smoke you with a boomstick before they go at a fist fight. Thing I like about a fist fight, yeah, you can still die, but there's a high likelihood you're going to go home to your spouse. The Real Avid is great. 100%. Fix-It sticks, Real Avid. You want to make sure that you're torquing stuff down to the correct specs. You're cleaning your stuff properly. Your chokes are correct. All that type of stuff. You don't want to just wing it. You don't always want to take it to a gunsmith. I Do Things Outdoor says, how do we get started with smoking cigars? My advice would be to go to a local cigar shop and talk to the person that's there. Now, if it's like an 18-year-old punk that's behind the counter, that might not be your way to go. The place that sells the most cigars in America is Total Wine. Don't go there. Once you know what you want, go to Total Wine and buy your cigars. But I would go to a local place. Talk to them. Tell them what you're interested in. If you don't want to do that, you know, you're a hobbit, you don't like talking to people or whatever, you can also go to like Privada Cigar Club or jrcigars.com or Luxury Cigar Club, any of those three places, and sign up for their subscription services. And when you sign up for their subscription services, they're going to talk to you about your palate. Do you like things that are sweet? Do you like things that are peppery? And they're going to send you 3 cigars a month, and they're going to try to develop your palate. Privada Cigar Club is what helped develop my palate. So I subscribe to them. They asked, what do you like to smoke? And I told them I like sweet shit. Because I was initially smoking, what are those goddamn? They're made by Drew Estates, and they're sweet. I don't even smoke them anymore. Acids. I was smoking acids. I can't smoke them anymore. But they helped develop my palate. So now I have 2 different subscription services. I use Privada Cigar Club, and I have JR Cigars. And JR Cigars is my favorite because it's the same price as Privada, but they give you more sticks. So like, I think I pay $30 a month to them. They send me 4 or 5 sticks a month. It's almost always 5 sticks. And I like the way it's packaged. Comes right to your mailbox. They're supposed to ID you because you're supposed to be 21. But the mailman never fucking IDs me. I don't know if he's gonna.
Hey, bro, come on now.
I'm just saying.
Come on, man.
Now, to be fair, my mailman lives 4 houses down. I live in one of those goddamn Mayberry type of neighborhoods. My mailman takes his lunch breaks at his house. He knows who the fuck I am. So, but if your mailman doesn't live fucking 4 houses down, then be prepared to get ID'd when they bring your cigars to you. But most of the time with like Privada Cigar Club, they just bring the shit and throw it on your doorstep. Don't even ID you. So unfortunately, if like some 16-year-old punk wanted to join this cigar subscription services, they can just come here and sign up. But that would be my advice. Bahrain has the fastest ass, the fattest ass, I think you meant, in the Middle East. Yeah. Well, I don't know about that. So I was in Jordan. I was in Amman, Jordan for 2 months. And women came from Lebanon to Amman, Jordan to get, because you can't get breast implants, you can't get nose jobs, you can't do that shit in Lebanon. So they would go to Jordan to get all that shit done. Those freaking broads were goddamn bad. You hear me? They were bad. I was like, can I stick my pixie stick in a Middle Eastern woman? Then I met a woman from a Lebanese woman. I was like, yeah, I think I can get the job done. It absolutely will go through drywall. It probably will. But like I say, if I was a one and done type of thing, 100%. I think that the Altoids 10 EDC is overrated. The real OG is the shirt pocket, cigarette pack, etc. Absolutely goated. It is a little bit overrated, but I'm a big fan of the pre-packaged Altoid 10s. I'm a big fan of them. Best Glide ASC, right? Field Trip Glass 10. So Best Glide ASC is the GOAT when it comes to the prepackaged survival tins. And the reason that they're GOATed is because these tins have, Best Glide is the OEM for all these companies that make these type of tins. So Essie, they get their shit from Best Glide. It stands for Aviation Survival Equipment. And what happened is that whenever you fly like a Cessna or a plane, you have to have certain things in the cockpit with you. It's like a requirement. I didn't know this shit, but I did a whole lure video on them, right? So if you fly so two guys wanted to fly their Cessna or their plane from Houston, Texas to Alaska. And they were gonna have to take several stops along the way. And back in the I think it was the 90s, they had to build all the shit themselves. It's a FAA requirement that you have this shit in the cockpit with you. So this company, these two guys was like, well, I need to have this and this and this per FAA's rules. So they came up with this company called Best Glide ASC, and they sell it to pilots. That's how they started. And then they realized that it was a survival equipment in essence. So they started selling it to the general public. But now everybody buys their shit from Best Glide. Full disclosure, I have a relationship with them. They've sent me several of their survival kits. I love their kits. If you want to quickly build a get home bag or a survival bag, get a bag. You can get a cheap bag from like Roaring Fire or something like that. And then buy one of these kits and then get a couple of additional items and you're good to go. But I love the fact that you can kind of just one and done these and you're good to go. I'll throw that in the chat in there for you as well. Benchmade definitely is in Oregon. Okay. I live in Washington, not Texas, but not that strict. Okay. Yeah, Texas, we're pretty liberal, not liberal as in political. I mean liberal as in like you can do whatever the fuck you want. Like, for instance, boomsticks. You can carry a boomstick to a school in Texas. You just can't carry it in the school. At least unless they change the laws. So don't quote me on it. But last time when I took my exam for my CCW, you can literally, if you're going to pick up your kiddo from school, you can carry your CCW on the sidewalk, get your kid, go back to your vehicle, go home. Other states, like when I lived in North Carolina, no, you're going to school property, you need to leave that shit in your goddamn truck. USB-C for life. Oh my God. It's like the God tier. Now, I'm not going to say that USB-C is the end game, right? Because we used to have mini USB, then we had micro USB, and then we had goddamn Apple had all their goofy ass 30-pin shit and Lightning. So something in the future might come out that's better than USB-C, but I don't know what it's going to be. One thing I will say about USB-C, my only complaint is if you pick up a USB cable, you have no way to know, there's no way to know how powerful that cable is. So if I pick up a USB cable, is it powerful enough to charge my MacBook? I don't know. Is it powerful enough to transfer data? I don't know. That's the only issue I have. I wish they were better labeled. So when I pick up a cord, I can know, okay, this cord is powerful enough for me to use in any scenario. That's like my only complaint with USB-C. Other than that, they're fucking goated. Best strategy for home defense is don't miss. 100%, sir. Good head on your shoulders, okay? So, like, one of the most universal sounds, at least in America, I don't know about the world, but one of the most universal sounds is the sound of a shell being chambered in a shotgun. There's probably very few people in America who don't know what that sound is. So for me, my shotgun has all the rounds. There's no round in the chamber. If I hear somebody, I chamber a round. You know what the fuck that means. Now, Mrs. X, she's not comfortable with the shotgun because it has a safety on it. She's going to be nervous. So for her, I have a Saturday night special, hammerless with no safety on it. Easiest way for me to get it done. Let's see. Field trip. Because personally, I want her to feel comfortable being able to just go use it. So this is what's in our closet. This doesn't have a safety on it. It doesn't have a hammer. She just has to aim at center mass. You can be nervous, you can be shaking, and just unload the goddamn clip. Unload it. So you don't have to worry about snagging a hammer. So I'm a big fan of that. I also like to carry this as well, but the fact that it doesn't have a safety on it, I don't like to carry it too much. My favorite thing to carry is a Smith & Wesson Bodyguard 380. Mainly because it's small, the trigger's fucking trash. But once you adjust the trigger, because I think the test strength on it was like 10 pounds. So I made an adjustment to the actual trigger pull. Once I did that, this thing is fantastic. This is my favorite thing to CCW. You can also get the 9mm version as well. I like this because it's smaller. You can fit this in a fanny pack or a waist pack or whatever, or on your hip. But this is probably my favorite thing to actual CCW. KC says, Howdy X, how we doing? I'm doing pretty good, man. We're just coming here, ask a man a question, you know what I'm saying? Making some shit happen. It's a standalone GPS. I do connect it to a ham radio for keeping it. Okay, it makes sense. I can send a text via the ham. See, I like that combination. Because the inReach, you do have to pay for, it was $21 a month like a year and a half ago. Knowing all these fucking prices, they probably bumped which is so crazy. The satellite is already in lower Earth orbit. It's already in fucking space. Why does the price go up for services when the satellite is already up? I don't know. Maybe maintenance. I don't know. Maybe you need to hire more brainiacs. Local shop is how I started with cigars. Guy asked me a bunch of questions about my taste. Identified which remained my favorite cigar is the La Gloria Cubans Series R Maduro. Yeah, that is how I got started. Once I kind of figured out my palate, I went to Pravada. I described my palate to Pravada, and that's all she wrote. Now I go to, as much as I like going to local cigar shops, they're pricey. I go to Totowana Cigar International because they sell so many sticks, they can sell them at lower prices. So I do want to support local businesses, but those fucking prices are out of this world. For developing cigar palettes, I recommend Deadwood Cigar Company. Similar to Acid, they have a sweetened wrappers and added bonus. The company is headquartered in South Dakota. One of my coworkers, she came from South Dakota, or was it North Dakota? Where is Minot in South Dakota or North Dakota? Wherever it is, it's fucking cold as shit, okay? My medic for the win. I think I have a My Medic pack. I like some of those pre-built kits for medical stuff. In Texas, do no gun signs carry force of law? No, they don't. So what EDC explained is saying, like, if you walk up to a door and it has a sign on the door that has a gun with a little circle and a slash through it, that doesn't work in Texas. You have to have a specific sign on your door that lets us know we can't carry inside of your establishment. And you have to have it on every single entrance. So like, for instance, our local mall has what, 30 entrances? You have to have the sign on every single one. And the sign itself basically says, if this sign is on the door, you can't fucking carry in this establishment. So if you see this sign, you can't carry in that specific establishment. We have two different codes. One is called 3006 and one is called 3007. 3006 means you can't conceal carry in that establishment. 3007 means you can't open carry in that establishment. You have to have both signs. Another way you can get around it is that if your establishment only has one entrance to the parking lot, you can also put it at the entrance of the parking lot. But if this sign is on the door, you can't carry. I don't know about other states, but if you just have that goofy ass logo in the middle, that's not enough in Texas. Let's see. In my state, those signs hold no force of law. Yeah, it's the same thing here. And like I say, always just check with your local laws. Don't go by me. I took that course 3 years ago. and the laws may have changed. Do you believe in running suppressed for home defense? No. Why do I need to run suppressed inside my house? Now my buddy has an AR-22 build. His is suppressed. It's fun to shoot. It's kind of dangerous because you don't know he's shooting. It's so fucking quiet. Minot is in North Dakota. All of the above is goddamn cold as shit. 100%, man. Minot, North Dakota, grew up 30 miles south of there, man. Listen, I want to go to South Dakota. I want to go to Montana. I want to go to those states that have big open skies. But I want to go in like, you know, July, August. I'm not trying to fucking go in October, November, December, January, February, early March. No. I think the Iridium has some better pricing for the sat phones these days. They're going to start getting pressed for Elon taking their sat phones to the Starlink network. Elon is taking over everything. He's drilling into the earth. He has Starlink, X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it, Tesla. But if they have no enforce law, it doesn't matter. They won't know if you're concealing. Yeah, I mean, it works. The reason that the people still put it on the door is because if you don't know what the law is, you're not going to carry inside of that establishment. So it's like the easiest way to deter somebody. If a bad guy, somebody that doesn't know what the fuck they're doing, is carrying inside of those establishments, they see that sign and like, oh man, I can't carry. But if someone knows what the deal is, then they're less likely to do it, if that makes sense. He says, please come to Ohio. I'm from Ohio. I'm from Cleveland, Ohio. My entire family is in Ohio, except for like a small pocket of people in Memphis and us freaking loners out here in Texas. Everybody else is still in Cleveland, Ohio, which is a fantastic thing. I miss going up there a lot. Now, I don't mind going to Ohio in the winter. It's a different type of cold in North Dakota and South Dakota, I imagine. If you got to hook your battery up to a goddamn charger to get that shit warm, it's too goddamn cold, okay, Boosie?
Hey, bro, come
no,
on
it's too
now,
cold.
dog.
It's too cold.
Come on, man.
There's no way. Ain't no fucking way, man. There is no way. Hey, guys, I appreciate y'all stopping by for another live stream. Come and ask a man a question. We always have a good time. Make sure you hit that goddamn like button and subscribe to the channel as well, man. Yes.
Are you not entertained?
Time for me to bounce my ass up out of here, man. And have a good time as well. I'm going to speak to you guys very soon. We might do a Fortress Friday tomorrow. It just depends. I'm trying to take Mrs. X out if I can. He said, shout out to Dayton. Shout out to you, sir. I got family in Dayton as well. I have family in Dayton as well. But make sure you guys turn on notifications so that you can join for the next live stream. We like to do fun shit like that. Get off the goddamn screen so I can finish saying goodbye to the good people, folks.